Astro, no. What you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean. What you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean. She say that I'm cool. I'm like, yeah, that's true. I believe in G.O.D. Don't believe.
चलो भाई
The trouble is, yeah, you might deal with the drow, but there's a lot
ड्राफ्टिंग हो
of
गई है
heroes.
स्टार्ट
Phantom Lancer, you know.
स्ट्रीम भी हो गई है स्टार्ट
Scary, Timber Saw,
Lash. There's a handful
5
for sure.
seconds.
It's pretty cool to see these heroes come out for both the teams, because 3 of these heroes, like for example, Drow
Next
and
show it
Club,
all
not
for
played
that.
this season yet by OG. Mars not played this season yet by Team Secret, so they definitely are coming in with something fresh, both of them.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see what type of flexibility Secret has with the Mars. Of course, he can just be offlane or mid. We've seen teams.
अब स्ट्रीम स्टार्ट हो गई
But I just expect Zai just to be playing a casual Mars in this position.
Yep. It could be Nisha too. I think if
It is
they
Dyer's
expect a drow mid, it might be more likely, but you really never know. These are
पोस्ट भी हो गई बस एक सेकंड हुआ
When they don't have to cross the river, when they can farm up, play slow. And OG is basically going, okay, if you're playing slow, we're going to play at like X2 speed in the hope to overwhelm you. Often that doesn't work against Secret, and maybe OG falls short against them, but if they can get the right draft, then pacing can be on their side.
I like the
Turn to
starter
ban.
ban quite a bit because the arrows do physical damage, but cannot be blocked by the bulwark, so or the volley rather, and it's just too strong. It's one of my favorite combinations in Dota Draft Slaughter. Also makes Roche a breeze.
I mean, Star Plus literally
10
is great.
Dyer's ban.
So OG now, after banning out, the physical damage removal of Wyvern, they continue banning out like backline catch.
Yep. The DK would be really
Show ये डल
spooky
गई
too. I've always loved Drow DK for the same reasons.
डिस्कॉर्ड भी पोस्टिंग हो गई चलो भाई अभी आया है पहला आया
10
क्लॉकवर्क
seconds
और
remain.
दो आई है ओजी के साथ
What are you guys talking
I
about?
guess
Five
Thompson
seconds
could do
Let's try to work out who this
remain.
fine chap was.
What?
He's a cameraman.
Oh yeah, he's a cameraman.
Yeah, OG, both these teams, I'll give them a little shout out. Some of the better social media games.
खाना भी चल रहा है मेरे साथ साथ वॉच पार्टी हो रही है फुल खाना वाना चल रहा है
Some
साथ
free content with the Insania prediction.
We
Both
did.
teams will be lapping at that to get that on the old social media. Oh, look at this beautiful camera shot of a camera shot.
Very, very cool.
Hmm.
Yeah, exactly what I was wanting as well. I like how No-Till has really embraced the Corona
Dyer's
haircut.
turn to pick.
He's got good hair.
Free
for it.
flowing locks, yeah, beautiful. And tiny, another form of just jumping.
इन लोगों को तो प्ले वेबकैम भी दिखते हैं
He swore a solemn vow not to cut his hair until a
Because
third TI victory.
It's his power.
Yes.
Yes.
Radiant must choose.
After coming out.
That is something you do not see very often. Could be a Soxa, Soxa's clock.
Mm-hmm.
This is a brew 5.
It's a Seb brew or no tail brew?
No, I feel like right
मेरे
now
हिसाब से तो
it's a
सेब
brew
खेलता
to enable another ranged core potentially. So then you have
10
Drow plus
seconds.
carry being ranged.
That means that you've got a support duo of Clock and Brew, and that
5
feels
fighting.
seconds.
That's
yes, you
Dyer's
need
turn
something
to
to go
pick.
in, but it's not
Mirana.
that.
I like Brew a bit more as an
Ooh.
offlaner, I think. Just
Yeah,
because,
absorb के में आना आ गई.
the axe is just so good. It's like the only item you need, and it is quite nice here. You can AoE
Radiant's
dispel
turn
the
to
Inkswell.
pick.
And there's the Dark
Darkseer.
The Mirana is cool though. You don't really fear the clockwork. You can obviously leap out of the cogs,
Mhm.
and it's really easy to play with the Mars because you're just gonna hit.
Arrow, spear.
Yeah, exactly. It's a strong
You
lane
don't
combination.
need any other setup. You're good.
10
it's the lane.
seconds
You
remain.
might get another setup, but the idea is, I believe, the
5
Mirana will get the
seconds
Blightstone
remain.
and just click the enemy.
The disparity of these two drafts right now, it's like Secret's very
It
clean
is
looking, you've got,
Radiant's
you know,
ban.
5, you now got the
Bloodseeker.
Bloodseeker, like everything's just like it follows like a textbook. OG,
Yeah.
it's like
Bloodseeker.
Yep, sure. Yeah, we've got a Drow. It might
Mhm.
be the carry, might be the mid. They are second pick as well, so they can
Yeah.
decide at the very end. But
वो हो गया थर्ड काउंटर कर लिया काइंड ऑफ जिस पे सर्च लगेगा उस पे लगा दो मतलब चल भागते भागते मर जाएगा.
Complicated. You know,
That's
Secret,
true.
it's very simple. I'm
It's like
gonna
Tundra's
rough
game value,
5
right?
seconds.
The idea of Tundra's
Basically
game
वो
value,
भाग ना
so
पाए
it has to
काइंड
have
ऑफ
a
ये
great
चाहते
time,
हैं वो लोग.
Otherwise, the game can fall apart quite quickly.
It's also it's just more difficult to execute properly.
Devo को तो
I'd say,
BKB
as
भी
well.
लगेगा because
And
Marv's
Secret
ultimate Devo
have
is dead
really
literally
simplistic ways to punish. Their
mid
lanes are
mid game
incredibly
में.
strong.
That's true. Yeah.
That being said, more difficult to execute.
So first and
is
second
not
item
necessarily
second
something
item
like,
BKB.
It's OG. They will be able to execute. They should be able to execute. Let's phrase it like that.
Yeah, the pressures right now for OG is they're gonna have a decent clock Darkseer lane unless Secret is flexing the Bloodseeker or Mars to like a mid offlane role, opening up a carry pick still to remain to go into the
मैं भी
Darkseer.
उठा बता सो के.
Potentially some morphling or something, and then that's now Secret with a win condition.
उठना नहीं था but आज मैच था तो मैं उठ गया.
But yeah,
मैंने मैं सोता हुआ था बढ़िया
they're
एकदम.
gonna have a really good time in late phase.
For both teams, 3 out of 4 heroes are heroes that they haven't played this season yet. Love it.
Nice.
Test
For
वक्त.
Team Secret as well. We've seen that the last time they played was like what, more than a week ago, week and a half ago. When was their series against the Lions? Was
Dyer's
it last
turn
week?
to
A little bit of
ban.
time. So the
It's
last
been a
time
while.
that Secret played was
Devo का कुछ
on
करना
the
पड़ेगा सीक्रेट वालों
28th
अभी
of
भी
April.
और
So
ज़्यादा.
Yeah,
2-1
that's last Wednesday. Like as in not last Wednesday, but the week before that Wednesday.
some time ago.
Very long time ago. Not
चलो
a
भाई
lot of
खाना
data
भी
to
खत्म.
go off of for both of these
10
teams as well.
seconds
Depending on
remain.
how much they scrim. We don't know that if there's
Just normally the scrim
5
in like this
seconds
DPC is you
remain.
scrim teams in your league after you've played them.
It is
okay.
Before
Radiant's
you played them,
ban.
you look towards like the Eastern European division, like Virtus Pro, Spirit, and RV, but they probably haven't scrimmed.
I feel like there's still very much, different hero preferences perhaps, but the drafting pattern is VP to a T. They're constantly opening with their off
Okay.
lane, and therefore
Sure.
same as
10
VP, who
seconds.
prefer maybe Timbersaw, whereas Secret,
5
they're gonna go for a
seconds.
Mars here. Don't value the Timber as highly, but
I like
It
the
is
fact that so
Dyer's
in
ban.
regards to
I
Secret,
अभी भी
I
feel
get
कि
the
ये
box just being the carry because
Beastmaster
in Darkseer,
सबका
you have
और
to
Darkseer
maybe
को ये
Secret
लोग
well,
बस सर्च के लिए
Darkseer
रखेंगे.
ban so far from OG, the Storm Spirit as well.
Soul
They're
Wing
pretty much
पकड़ा
after
देंगे.
this Drow pick, every single ban was basically looking at top
Radiant's
and going,
turn
alright mate,
to
we
pick.
first phase your Drow, what do we need to ban for you? So all of these bans is 100% Toxin just saying, get this out of my game so I can play my Drow game. This style of draft, it takes so much confidence because if this doesn't have a game, you've used every single ban for that one hero, it can instantly just unwind, especially
10
when Secret has such
seconds
a
remain.
well-rounded draft that nothing's been pressured.
Does that mean that you want to see a hero for
5
Ana that is
seconds.
also
There's a boost.
Dark's here, but that's
Ember
not
निकला
ideal.
मेरे को.
Playing against Mars
How
and Ana,
will-
most likely.
How does Ember do
Or
against
still
Devo?
switch the
I mean, अब तो
draft
bottle
and
early आ
pick
गई है,
something
so
else for Thompson if he
I don't think
really
इतनी दिक्कत
can play
होती
something
होगी
else better
because
against that
2 minutes
Ember.
पे वो आते हैं.
There's still a lot of options for this last pick for OG where they want to go, and they still also have 50 seconds to think about what they want to do.
Maybe they can do a safe
Yeah,
Ember
they have
off
pretty much two
blood
angles here.
and Mars
Join in the
mid.
group
Mass
fight
mid
of
wins
top
against
Darkseer and
Devo mid.
go all the
At
way to
6
full
though.
win condition.
Won't
6
top
level
lane
तक
just
लेकिन
be a
Devo मारती है.
disaster? It's so much minus armor. You're telling me a clock 5 is going to be able to stand there? Even if it's a brew, I don't think that
I think it's.
be able to
I
stop.
think realistically, Clock and Darkseer in the same name. Brew's still the 5 here. They could just go for like ultra win condition, just like a casual deucer, just sit still in the aggression. But it just feels very. It's a janky
it's-
draft.
Look, look at the rest of the lineup. They need something that does things.
Well,
They
let's
need-
find out. You know, that's the thing, right? They can do or they can win condition, right? Like, okay, and they.
Juggernaut.
Select your hero.
Ana Juggernaut.
Make the ultimate choice.
You got the heal
forgotten
ward
Top
as well,
Devo
helping out
sucks.
a lot.
Plays well into Mars, of course, yeah.
No
Forgot
tail,
about the
okay.
Juggernaut.
So
This
Seb is
is,
playing Darkseer.
Yeah, it is mid drow and 5. Yeah.
Both of these drafts are just pretty much to a T what these teams like. You know, Team Secret all through the online portion of Dota have been dominant with strong lanes.
Ana का
balanced
set बढ़िया है.
lineups. Yeah, not a weakness.
I think
OG,
Cash का ही
definitely more artistic
kind of.
with their
Mhm.
hero picks.
पिछले Cash का.
Complicated.
पिछले
They
Cash.
need a high degree of execution. We'll probably see some wonky item builds like Drow.
Yeah, Zamana, Zai,
You got Secret.
Mas.
If they have arena, they can take a big team fight. Without arena,
वही
there's a
mid
little more
mid पे ही है
skirmish to
Amber.
start a damage, and that's where with Darkseer, when he gets his Aghanims, he's tanking everyone up a little bit more. Juggernaut's able to frontline and spin. They
Mhm.
can OG can easily play around the type of fight Secret wants
Yeah.
to present. It's all about the team fight.
OG are going to thrive on chaos. They want to have a ton of team fights constantly covering the map. This should be a hell of a lot more bloodthirsty than some of the games
I hope so,
we've seen
yeah.
this week. And if your Team Secret just have good lanes and just execute, try not to.
Don't fall into the rhythm of what
Yeah,
OG wants to do. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
मैंने कैमरा वो लगा लिया है ताकि
Play
मैप
more
और उसके
games.
बीच में आ जाए हड के बीच में
Secret
तंग
wants
भी नहीं होगा कोई.
structure.
Yes.
OG wants chaos.
Yeah.
I know 2 people that want chaos as well, actually. Those 2 people are 2 people that we're going to hear because our commentary team for that is oh yeah, OD Pixel and Fogged.
बढ़िया मैच में तो ओडी पिक्सल और फॉग नहीं बिताते. कोई wins another Juggernaut. अबे जीत क्या है? He changed from Humble God.
Is what I'm looking forward to, which I think we're definitely going to get, especially with this Drow Ranger pick in the mid lane. As they said, Thompson's been picking it quite a lot. Last few
Prepare
days,
for
he's played it,
battle.
hasn't been doing the great the last few days, but 2 or 3 days ago, he did win like 6-something games in a row. So
Well, there we
he's
go.
had some good showings in particular matchups, but they did counter pick it quite heavily. Like the first opener, they see that Drow, they pick the Mars, but that does mean that it gives Ana the setup toward the end to be able to get a Juggernaut. When you look at the overall heroes that can actually kill him, he's not under too many threats of a lot of these stuns. He can actually play around them pretty well with that spin. It's only really like if they could get a full combination
चलो
of
खुद ही
the
चला लेगा कैमरा.
Mars spear plus like an arrow. Besides that, he should be able to get most spins up and live. There is a lot of control coming out from Secret that I'm seeing, all right? Stuns, silences aplenty, which is something that does hurt Brewmaster a lot. Same thing for Darkseer, which is the big team fight that OG has.
Sure. And you know, that Jug, it used to be a hero that some of the other teams in Europe are kind of...
ये डिवोर्स के पीछे क्या कर रही है?
Even if it's not to the draft.
30
why do you think
seconds to
some teams
battle.
sort of strayed away from it, and why is it still...
अच्छा ये आ गया.
And good for OG here as the last pick.
Well, Ana just really likes to play it, and I think it fits their
GG.
skirmish style. It's just a hero that can play fast, a hero that can constantly be
टावर में चला.
looking to show up for the fights, and they love healing ward. The way that they play with the resets. I
So,
think that's just, like, the definition
कौन
of
जीतेगा
just
game 1?
Resetting fights, constantly looking for the chaos.
Any
of that
opinions?
reset. As a smoke level 1, Secret, looking to start with some blood. They've got the Mirana positioned on the bottom with the arrow too. So OG
10 players compete
Ready to
for
secure arrow
ultimate
as well.
glory.
OG का भी strong है.
Secret because of that.
आना को स्पेस मिलेगी तो मारना मुश्किल हो
Do
जाएगा.
expect that
I feel OG जीत सकती
comes
है
to
ये.
the lane, Secret should have a slight edge in the matchups.
Yes.
Unless बिल्कुल
I'm
snowball
not sure
करें.
about the matchup. I thought Kanisha should do fine because the Flame Guard, you just push the lane in constantly. Drow should probably still just free farm too, but I don't know how much pressure you're going to be able to place. Bottom lane, this looks a little tough for Darkseer and Clockwork. Just one of the better just spam lanes, right? Grimstroke and Blood Seeker just able to constantly push the lane out. You also have the heal that's going to be coming in as Blood Seeker versus Darkseer. But I'm going to be watching it. You know, this is not a matchup we get to see too often.
अभी तो
So
थोड़े
let's see
टाइम
the
पे टाई
highest
चलेगी.
physical damage
मेरे
from
पे
the
तो.
Drows able to take advantage of
That
some slight
belongs
low
to
armor.
me.
Yeah, we see straight away
Dyer's
the
top
multi
tower
shot,
is
just
under
using
attack.
immediately to make sure that the wave doesn't get pushed in upon him.
Dawson first level पे multi
And
shot
top, it
लेता.
looks like we did see an arrow, perhaps immediately on
Maybe last year
Secret
Chicago
just
ने
bring
लिया.
some manipulation up here. The actual lane equilibrium. And blocks the plenty. Looking at these sentry wards, top is the one that's more focused on from both sides. Noto will find the D ward, he'll have a pull open to himself shortly. But they're trying to keep this positioning here of the lane. Secret, they want to be able to pull it back, because when you're playing versus Jug, you can get that extra little bit of harass. And he doesn't have a great support next to him, right? He has a booster, which Notail could suffer quite a bit here. Or Venom. Very nice to be able to push away Yapsor at least because he does have just level 1 arrow. But yeah, bottom I think is going to be the one that is going to be really tough, especially for Seth. This is just a straight up counter the lane for.
यहाँ पे तो वही है counter pick.
I imagine we should see down this bottom lane eventually what Saxor or Seb starting to just grab the kills from behind.
Of course.
Playing the lane straight into
क्या लाया
the
आप
secret
सब?
at all.
It gets better as you get more levels because you can actually force the lane
Go
in
fake.
as a Bloodseeker once you get like level 2 Ion Shell. But we have seen some trouble at least from some of these double melees.
Yeah, more than happy to trade hits back at Notail.
Oh yeah.
दो फेव है बहुत डैमेज पड़ता है चुभता है
take out the sentry as well, prioritizing that lane positioning as we were mentioning before. Zai and Ana struggling already. Last hits to start off here bottom. Should be able to net themselves a kill, but just pushing them away there.
Yeah, they get in range for the X12 stun, but not quite.
They go too hard on him, but doesn't actually use it. Ana's taking a lot of
Dead
damage.
Mars.
Oh,
ओह एगो मिस हो गया अभी मर सकता एक हिट नाइस ज़ाय बच गया बल्कि सेल भी हो गया अल्टीम
Getting a little too aggressive with that level 1 spin when they've got the ability on the lane to just turn around.
नाइस झाड़ू क्या डैमेज पड़ा
It's going to be risky. Bottom lane Matu. He's out just in time.
The flayed ones keep you safe.
So Matu will be kept safe.
Only 6 lasted.
Denied.
क्या ब्लड है अभी भी पड़ गया ब्लड में
And mid though, we're seeing a lot of denies being built up. So that is the beauty. He's just going to probably build what? Just straight damage. He goes for just into a and above and skin into early treads to be able to get a lane advantage. He's just still also getting some last hits, but yeah, draw matchup. Draw favored.
Yeah, at the moment, pretty much the only lane that OG's having that edge on the side. It's definitely a tough start.
वहाँ तो गैंग हो सकता है लेकिन एक एरोमेट वो क्या ही करेगी क्लॉक को आना पड़ेगा
Sox is actually going to suicide the tower too. Down bottom tier 2. Gives his life. Just to reset the lane just so he can refill. Probably bring the bottle I think for Seb. But does he actually even have it done yet on Seb? He doesn't just yet. So either way he wants to be able to make his way back down healthy so that he can actually try to pressure the Bloodseeker. Because they're really like, look at bottom. It's 6 last hits. He's getting almost
Never
nothing.
refuse gold given.
Sort of standard here for Seb to very early on finish out the full wall in the lane.
Just because they're spamming so much, right? This is probably the most spamming lane that he's going to play against. Like Bloodseeker's always going to be forcing lane out. Same thing for Grimstruck, so you can see why. But yeah,
थोड़े लेवल्स आएंगे तो पुश कर पाएगा वो भी
Thompson 10 denies already, 22-10. So he's going to be
GG भाई
the big
dead ओह क्या प्ले बना है मर गया ओ भाई लेन ही खत्म कर दिया आना की तो टीपी में कितना टाइम है आ गया टीपी आ गया क्या प्ले बना है
Starting to heat up already on both of the side lanes.
Definitely seeing the big advantage, at least having thirst too inside the laning phase. That was why we did see the top kick first from Yap, so you get all these vision advantage. And just harassment in early game. We'll be making that lane. And we see he's putting stats in, so even more base damage. Look at this.
Okay.
Treads, and then he's going to go straight for that Dragon Lance. So he's going to be very tanky this round.
It's going to be interesting to see, because of course you Drow, the stats are nice, but also the extra points in this are pretty valuable. So, we'll see. This is obviously the way the tops
We will reclaim our honor.
You have learned nothing.
You asked why we weren't
एक और बार
I guess this is why we're not seeing the jump. I bet they see the jump on the screen at all. He's off the map.
Seb, connecting so onto
साक्षा से दूर रहना पकड़ लिया साले
Incoming.
ओ नाइस झाड़ू
Perfect.
Instructions are fortified.
It's so hard to see the Ion Shell in this clockwork too.
अभी तो जगननाथ पे टीपी नहीं चल के आ रहा होगा
They already
Is in
have arcane
danger.
boots on Yapsor. They constantly will have mana to go for these pressure plays here.
ओ किसी और पे पड़ गया मैं स्टिल डेड
Your phase ends.
यहाँ तो बच्चे बातें डेड है एक बंदा
He is having a good time, but man, everybody else suffering so hard. Oh yeah. Yep. So like arcane boots so early up top, that means they always have the mana to be able to go for throwing these spells out onto Ana and No Tail. We knew this lane.
they just need one stun
for them.
Rapture आते ही dead है
With Thompson's build getting the points to the stats though, that doesn't sort of say, hey guys, I'm going to be ready to come to the side lanes and help you out, right?
is he putting in the stats
I'll take that.
yep 2 level तो उसने stats में use किए हैं
The prize is mine.
Will never
Thompson's moving down. He is making the rotation.
nice है तो end कर दिया ना यहाँ पे तो
Nope. He needed the plus
रप्चर भी use नहीं था अब आएगा तो रप्चर भी use हो जाएगा
He's kind of sticking around here. Might wait until the clockwork does come down because
OG lanes heavy है
Nah, he's actually just gonna make his way over. Yeah.
But we're seeing it, what, 7
but high ground अच्छा है अभी भी देखो
No.
अगर बात आती है वहाँ तक
Now Yaps, of course, you know,
क्योंकि अब एम्बर भी आगे होगा तो गेम स्नोबॉल होएगी काफी मार्स ऑलरेडी आ गया है मार्स पे भी आने वाली है आइटम ये अफजल तो वैसे ही फार्म्ड है ओ भाई मैक को बनना है यहाँ तो सीधा ग्रीव्स आ गए हैं
That's gonna be hard for OG. I mean, I'm ready to be surprised at least from a drow, but I don't know what he's gonna be able to do because it's not the easiest of drow games either. They have a lot of ways to get on top of him. They have the Mars ult to block versus the, regular attack. Sure, the multi-shot will be able to go through, but doesn't look the
मार्सल तो है ये चैटिंग डो के लिए बीके भी लगेगा ही
at the very least for them. So he's gonna have a level early 6 on the broom at the very least for them too.
अच्छा है
where do you think you're looking to go with that first primal split? Where's the biggest potential for OG to make a play?
I mean, they need to fix like all the lanes, so anywhere he hits really is going to be good. I think bottom could be a good one though because they need to
Double damage empowers me.
He's getting a bit.
एम्बर तो मार नहीं पाएगा वो एम्बर आएगा यूल डाल दो अगर वो साइलेंस के लिए अभी तो कवर्जन डाल दो
He might just go down. He actually never mind. He has a haste. He's fine.
Damage here though from Nisha with that DD, and we see. I mean, Anna and Thompson have both had to resign to the jungle. They're sharing the jungle together here.
अबे मिल बाट के फार्म तो
Zai, free lane top, Bloodseeker, free lane bottom. Says, is it a free lane?
Right down.
They have so much damage.
Tanky, but indeed, especially with the rupture. Saxa.
My here must be getting
oh my god why would you go why would you go oh well straight आ गया उस पे 8 मिनट में
All right, they might get some more. Nisha.
I don't think they expected the split so early.
Puppy dies
Trying to put the
oh nice में गाना अल्ट तो बचा लिया
out of there. Will lose his courier though. Nisha also just breaking away, respecting the split here from No Tail.
Ooh, definitely. I mean, I don't think the side of Secret expected such an early Brew 6. I don't think the side of OG expected such an early.
Be ensnared in fire.
nice catch that
Dyer's courier has been killed.
ये तो स्प्लिट के बाद तो ये फ्री खेला
Tower is under attack.
Return kill onto Zai finally for Ana. But yeah, quick moves. Secret right up to 3k gold lead from these quick moves.
There is little hope for Radiant's middle tower.
Top out of that
Never
5.
refuse gold
But Ana
given.
finally getting himself involved back in the stocks.
Dyer's bottom
मैं आने वाला होगा
is
इधर
under attack.
ऑलमोस्ट मैं
Radiant's
आ गया
tower is under attack.
Finds a kill.
This Darkseer is just so far behind though. This is the really big concern for me is it's not an easy game for him either. His mech timing is going to be slowed down a lot. The mech's timing is going to come out the same time or slower than the Mirage in 4 position. Arrow? Off the mark.
Yeah, they're ready for that there. Want the vision up.
OG's doing a good job at least of securing
Silence
17.
seal
He's
you.
looking to see what he can
Radiant
do in
should
the
look
jungle.
to
He's
their
running
bottom
down
tower.
Thompson. He's not going to go for any further with the aggression. Sacks are around, hook shot back up.
I feel for the most part though,
Did he rush up link?
behind these away from
Nice.
Nisha, so I see him running around without like much of a full battle and no power runes himself. He's still looking to play
Radiant's courier has been killed.
साइलेंस पड़ेगा तो दिक्कत होएगी साइलेंस खोल लिया होगा
Is under attack.
why would he go silence के होते हुए trust in the teammates I guess
Look to their middle tower. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant have fortified their structures against attack.
Will be able to give him the space to back off. So they'll lose Nisha. They'll get the
Radiant
two
should
supports
look
for
to their
it.
top
Look how much
tower.
attention they're dragging though. All of OG has to show up. And their safe lane jug is level 7.
Dyer's bottom tower is
Even he is going for Yule instead of Blink.
Making a pretty big mess up there, diving forward, not expecting the gust, and he gets his courier killed. I think that's a 5-6 courier killed.
Rack it up.
Dead.
Dyer should look to their bottom tower.
I mean, that's the big target right now. Matu, king of the net worth. He's the one they will be taking out.
And वो दिक्कत है.
There is little hope for Dyer's middle tower.
नीचे का टावर पे फाइट हो सकती है.
Mech already on Yapsoron. That is so early. 5-0 and 1. He's gotten the majority of the kills for the team. But man, that is
straight up faster than the patch
Radiant's
fastest.
bottom tower is under attack.
I think that's on any hero.
On any
That's
hero,
on any
right?
hero. I don't know. I've just made that up, but it's on any hero.
It's damage.
Dead.
Bottom tower is in danger.
I'll take है जाने से पहले. Oh nice Abo. Still dead but Abo अच्छा. Try भी अच्छा.
Under attack.
Maybe not the healing ward. And typically the healing ward outside.
ओम नहीं देती.
Comes out and is able to dig it
Radiant's
down.
bottom tower is in danger.
Themselves something else. See, Yapson pots the neck. He's trying to lead back.
Killing spree.
Invisibility.
ये गलत हो गया. एक और TP भी कर गया. ये भी dead है.
They're losing nothing themselves.
And they're back. Sabbath is completely back now. He gets himself a double kill. He's dominating.
Radiant's
He has
bottom
mech.
tower
How
is
quick
under
all this
attack.
happens, they all just show
Radiant's
up the
bottom
bottom.
tower
Secret
has
not expecting it all,
fallen.
completely in disarray, and they get the tower 2 off of all of it. Holy moly. It feels
For
like
the
Quick Shot just came back
twins.
up, and he gets it off perfect.
I've got to say, I feel like Sax is playing very well this game. I know he's died a
Yeah.
few times, but the sort of moves that he's made have they've just sort of set up the catalyst for these fights that OG's managed to just go straight
लीड चलेगी 5 के गोल्ड की.
and really start to shut down that.
गलती फाइट हो गई ये तो.
There is little hope for Dyer's middle tower.
It's pretty much back to even of those sort of moves.
And Thompson was farming during all too. Thompson was in the jungle just being a Drow Ranger.
कितने बज गए? 1 बज गए
See
हो.
this one again.
It's one by one there. They end up dropping it.
And they do still have to be a little careful. I think Nisha maybe underestimated how much the Ion Shell would just take off him. Like, look, his Flame Guard, it's just gone.
Dyer's
And
top
he's like,
tower
oh, wait a
is
minute.
in
I gotta
danger.
run. I gotta get out of here.
And as soon as the healing ward's down as well, they can't commit any further. And with the Omni Slash, not able
I guess 3 गेम तो जाएगा at least.
Radiant should look to their middle tower.
far enough so it would break.
तो अभी तो काफी टाइम चलेगी स्ट्रीम की.
Eager to know Dyer's fate.
Dude, Clockwork making those rotations.
This is on fire.
Clockwork literally rotation जो कर रहा है ना.
Grave is hidden in these woods.
Such quick play. It's OG just swing across the map. That whole lead that Secret did.
प्लस डबो का साइलेंस इस वक्त काफी बड़ी दिक्कत है और इस सारे chaos में जगरनॉट फार्म कर रहा है. See, Devo silence. Oh,
Finish him off. Radiant should look to their middle tower.
बच गया जग.
Your place
Bruce, but
is
they're chasing
here.
both of these kills now too. Now with healing ward rallied around with that mech too.
Nice अवीना. Full man अवीना. Devo भी भाग है अवीना पे. But follow up नहीं है.
Is under attack. The radiant glyph is now active.
एम्बर को भी साइलेंस पड़ गया तो डेड हो सकता है.
Radiant should
यूल में
look
तो
to their
अभी
middle
बनने
tower.
वाला होगा यूल.
G playing so
He's playing. He's making Maelstrom.
Is no more.
Behold, my hearing gaze.
क्या करेगा? साइलेंस हो गया तो.
In your face.
डेड हो गया. सब मार दिया.
My friend is like
Honestly, this mid-game, Secret after a pretty significant lead off the back of the lanes, they've just lost it completely here.
ये तो भाई मतलब लिटरली थ्रो कर रहे हैं अब तो थोड़ा.
Tearing Secret apart.
I guess they wanna start next year.
I'll take that.
He's just being able to get
Thivo.
so much farm. This now they have Bruce split available too. This was these last 2 fights, 2-3 fights around.
Blue
these
Master तो
towers,
Agnes
just
कर रहा
OG
होगा.
setting it up perfect.
Yep,
Look at the damage
Agnes
done
ना.
with Saksa, as we said. Beautiful jump throughs, and he's been enabled.
20 मिनट पे आएगा.
So well by Seb. Like constantly ion shell, constantly getting the right target. Look at the cute.
Even Seb भी Agni में बना हुआ है. अच्छा मैक बनाया पहले.
Like your offlane
I guess next item में Agni
trying to
बनाएगा.
go for this type of build. Can see the reasoning why, especially versus
काफी
Ember.
अच्छा है Agni में.
As again, Matu.
डेड. ये क्या थ्रो किया है? ज़ाय भी आ गया. नहीं हुक शॉट तो पड़ा उसने. नाइस टाइम पे वो मारा है.
Dyer's should
रिब्यूक.
look to their top tower.
Double
Have a put up.
damage.
We'll be fine.
Amateur.
Healed up though, healing ward.
But we're really seeing sort of
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Hook shot तो पड़ा ही है. Nice God rebuke तो.
starting to slip back and behind.
They sure are. And it's not just the gold that's something important to look at. 2K, it's whatever. Look at the experience now. It's 8K experience lead for OG. They've been grouped up and they already have like, look at this clockwork. He's the same level, if not a good chunk higher than the Ember Spirit, the mid.
Radiant's top
He's
tower
higher
is
level
in
than his
danger.
Darkseer as well in the clock. So
Rock it on.
on fire.
Saksa with that. Gang shoot.
Rallied around the tower.
सावी लेने वापस ठीक कर दी इसने.
Healing ward.
Looking for top.
Dyer's middle
Oh, miss कर दिया
tower is
साइलेंस.
under attack.
Space. And even with the three of them here, though, it looks like they're not.
DD है उस
Top
पे.
tower is in
सोच
danger.
लो 10 बार चढ़ने से पहले.
Step out in time.
And now they gotta be careful.
Really do. Snax has got the line ready again.
Radiant should look to their
Still
top
available, of
tower.
course, for No Tail. As we'll see that Matu.
Ah nice. वापस थोड़ा मेलस्टॉर्म आ गई. एम्बर जितना ही फार्म हो. एम्बर से भी ज़्यादा फार्म हो.
Time to do anything
I see you all.
Dead.
They just
Oh,
keep getting too
good.
close.
इस पे तो जब तक गार्डियन का यूज नहीं आएगा तब तक डबो साइलेंस तो सबको दिक्कत देगा. सबको डबो साइलेंस के अगेंस्ट कुछ तो बनाना पड़ेगा. अब ये 4 स्टार डाल भी है टू सेव फ्रॉम क्लॉकवर्क.
It was 13 to 6.
और इसको भी साइलेंस हटाने का तो कुछ चाहिए.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
And that's not going to do anything here against Blade Fury. And now with the wall down, Zai's the one that's got
बिकॉज मिराना का फायदा ये है कि वो
Should look to
हुक शॉट होने के बाद कूद सकती है. लेकिन अगर
cogs are down. Zai
साइलेंस ही हो जाओगे तो वो फायदा खत्म हो गया ना. ये तो स्टॉम्प हो गई कि.
हेलो संजय सर,
हाँ भाई क्या चल रहा है.
कुछ नहीं, बस आराम चल रहा है, तुम बताओ।
मैं स्ट्रीम कर रहा हूँ वॉच पार्टी ओजी वर्सेस सीक्रेट.
अच्छा, अब मैं आया नीचे जाके,
आ जाओ.
खेलने वाला है अभी?
नहीं नहीं अभी नहीं खेलूंगा. मैं पहले 3 मैच देखूंगा उसके बाद खेलेंगे. वैलो खेलनी है तो आज ही.
हाँ ठीक है, मैं वैल्यू वो देखने आ रहा हूँ अभी स्कूल से।
देख ले. अभी तो अल्ट्रा लो लेटेंसी है तो ऑलमोस्ट सेम टाइम पे ही सुनेगा देगा तेरे को वहाँ
हाँ
पे.
भाई, चल मैं नीचे जाके आता हूँ।
team play.
ओके.
OG so far
For the
this game on,
hunt.
they're on another level.
And they're always there. It's just like they're outnumbering them every time. I feel like Secret's doing a lot of these individual plays. And
इसीलिए डिस्कॉर्ड ऑन हो तो वैसे बैठ सकता हूँ. वैसे कोई दिक्कत नहीं है मुझे. मैं कोई कमेंट्री तो कर नहीं रहा हूँ यहाँ पे. मैं तो बस देख रहा हूँ बैठ के मैचेस. तो मैं स्ट्रीम भी कर दिया साथ में. तुम भी देख लो. सभी डिस्कॉर्ड.
True heroes are the ones who wait all the way.
Crazy to say too is No Tail is 3 components towards Aghanims already on the Brewmaster and level 12 too. So the frequency of the pump is going to be pumped out with 2 charges.
ओह जस्ट कूद गई वो.
2 misses as he's had.
निकल सकता था हुक शॉट.
One there with the leaps.
Yep.
Absol's away.
Starting to build solutions. Secret getting
Alright,
very annoyed. Of course,
wait कर लिया
by
उसने.
Fox. 4 staff now done for Puppy, but this damage has been done. Zai has very little farm. You see he's queued up BKB on the mark.
इनका बेसिकली ये चाहते हैं ग्रिम स्ट्रोक लगाए. अल्ट डबल वेप्चर पड़े.
Thompson's items just
अवीना में डबल अटकी पड़ी हो.
Loving the build up to Blink Dagger.
मतलब दे जस्ट नीड अ गुड इनिशिएशन.
Yeah,
और उनको डबल वेप्चर करना है.
able to find in the team fight matters so
Dyer's
much with
bottom
the
tower
Gust
is
and the
in
multi-shot.
danger.
तब थोड़ा चांस है फाइट जीतने का. अभी तक डबल वेप्चर एक बार भी नहीं पड़ा फाइट में.
blink out, reset in order to get a good positioning for it. Or you can blink in if you see opportunities. Yeah, positioning is key for Drow Ranger, and they've done this for a long time. I know
Dyer's
that OG
middle
was one of the
tower
big
is
teams when they
under
used to
attack.
pick Drow when one shot
Dire
like
structures
and they
are
used to go blink
fortified.
dagger even for that. They know how good the item is.
Especially this game where, I mean, normally the thing that would maybe put you
Blink target.
is that sort of setup that you would be able to blink at like the Eagles, but obviously with the
बट स्टिल अगर मास पहुंचता है. मास ब्लिंक नहीं बनाया ना. बात तो ये है. तो अवीना तो चल के ही लगेगा बिकॉज मास इज मेकिंग अ बीकेबी. सो अवीना तो पढ़ने नहीं वाला डबो को. तो ब्लिंक इज आई गेस बेटर देन.
any other issues that he'd have with them walking up and trying to
Haste.
find.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
पड़ेगा.
attack.
पड़ गया. साइलेंस पट्टी डेड है. There's nothing you can do about it. Oh, चाली.
Bottom tower
एवो पड़ गया डबो को. नाइस एवो.
And allow Nisha to get away.
ओह हीलिंग वार्ड भी ले गई.
So much.
भाई ड्रैगन लेंस के बाद क्या रेंज होती है?
An agility van brace on top of all this crazy agility he already does have. All grouping up. The BKB's done on the Mars, so now Zai will have a little bit of an easier option for himself. He's not worried
ये कहाँ चला गया?
So annoying.
वापस एचपी खत्म. अब चेक कर दिया उसने डबो को.
is under attack.
गई से लोगों को. अभी ना पट्टे डटा.
The gods find you lacking.
घूम सकती है फाइट। हीलिंग वार्ड एक और बार आ गया, तोड़ भी दिया। चलिए अब तो ओ जस्ट एरो बाटू ही पहुंच जाए। भाई 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 क्या फाइट ली है। वो पे अरीना पड़ेगा तो फाइट जीत सकते हैं। डैमेज अभी वही देवी है। आर्ट ने क्या बनाया? मेलस्टॉर्म इनटू सानियाश। आजकल ये डल रहा है कैवी में, मेलस्टॉर्म सानियाश। प्लस इन लोगों की गेम तो थोड़ी फास्ट भी आती है, तो बैटलफील्ड का इतना टाइम नहीं मिल पाता। मेलस्टॉर्म जस्ट starts you up, I guess, better at a cheaper price because इनको सानियाश बीकेबी पहले बनाने पड़ जाते हैं। वो इवेंट को बीकेबी फर्स्ट, अब वो अब डाल रहा है सांच, I mean याशा, not सांच, और मैं ऑनलाइन लगा
boosting gold and XP there with a team fight.
BKB nice.
And this is what we want to see. I mean, just these constant battles between both. And now these BKBs, they're going to be very effective. Secret, they were having a bit of a in that early game. They recognize what the problem is. They pick up supports. Now it's 3 BKBs on the all 3 quarters.
Yeah, things get a lot harder now. You know, you're not necessarily going to be able to overrun Secret with the brawl that you bring in before.
Yeah, these ion shells that have been very disruptive.
Blink आ गया, नहीं Blink से BKB चेंज होगा ना, एक अवीना बढ़ते ही, cause अवीना will kill her BKB के बिना।
Did as well, Thompson feeling that he does have to go a little less flashy and a little more safe. She's getting that BKB falling out after the Manta, so that it can be a bit more kitted out for these heroes just running in with their own BKBs during the team fight.
Still susceptible to the rupture if he is out of position. Does have to be a little more cautious how he shows himself on the initial pushes.
I think a lot of it's, you know, it's going to be down to how well he can be sustained by Seb. Of course, Anna with that healing ward, very important really that they're able to keep that healing ward alive.
Your poison buddies here.
Straight up.
He does have the 2 charges though.
एक और है।
Throwing one of them out here to mess with Nisha and save his life. Yeah, so still in the area though to watch.
He has BKB as well.
Is under attack.
It's just one.
Dire's
It's just one of the
top
ults.
tower is under
They
attack.
already have an Ags at 23 minutes as a 5 position for, you know, it's pretty good.
Coming through. This isn't over.
You get nothing.
So Blade Fury and TP will do the job every time for now.
Matu denying through the creeps while he's spinning on it too, just cheeky. Trying to get the fastest high ground advantage. These BKBs, as we said, it's going to be a problem for James.
Nice pick.
Ready to go for more in
क्योंकि गोल्ड लीड वापस आ गई है इसी की।
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
एवो पहले पड़ जाता तो हो जाता। They can kill him though.
Radiant's bottom tower is no
जगरनॉट पे कर देते रप्चर, क्या जरूरत थी उस पे करने की, उल्टे में पिटेंगे अब।
I hope it was worth it.
जैसे जैसे बंदे मरेंगे हील होता जाएगा माटू। BKB यूज नहीं कर रहा निशा।
There are some things you weren't meant to see, such as tomorrow.
For the twins.
Nice hell.
Get punished by OG. They may lose a few themselves, but they are able to kick back and take out 3 of Secret for that aggression.
That was pretty crazy dive from Secret for sure around the tier 3s. The glyph gets popped and Top's unable to...
बैशर लगेगा माटू को टीपी रोकने के लिए, वरना जग टीपी करता रहेगा स्पिन।
They certainly can go for this.
He's got BKB coming out for the
scanning for
drag.
enemies.
Secret's going to be up pretty soon, so it could be a good chance they've spotted it out as well with the scans. So Secret's going to head over.
They've got good spam too. They just need to be sure to be able to kill that
ये तो
healing ward.
खत्म कर दिया वो।
Getting in and out though.
It has to be Yapso really, but he's no...
Oh, just
tower is under attack.
Who's going to be able to make that move?
Nobody can.
मिल ही जाएगा।
To the dire.
We have it tops up with the Aegis ready for the next fight, as well as of course that complete.
क्या हुआ बच्चा? क्या हुआ? फाइट हो गई हम रुक जा। हो पकड़ लिया चिपका के। तू भी मैच देखेगा? देख ले, आजा मैच देख ले। अरे चेंज कर दिया एम्बर तूने स्क्रीन। ओए एम्बर पागल लड़के, आया चल बैठ जा।
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Wicked shit.
To use to get him out of there. As Matu again finds the clear. Notels also picked up their
बिस्किट खाएगा?
See a TP out from Saxa. He is the only man to get out of this. Everybody else going down. They may have got Roche, but as we saw that, Anna and Seb immediately moving up to the secret shot.
Sit.
They were there. They were ready. And Anna again just getting caught out on the front of the fight.
And perfectly
Khalo.
followed up too from the side of Secret. They have a ward on the high ground. OG walks
क्या
up blindly into that area.
सो जा एम्बर, कब से जागा मैं?
Secret, and they just connect everything. The spear, the arrow, everything onto Anna before he's able to get anything off. Same thing for
रोश वाली
Seb.
डबो मार
He's still very crucial to their team fight. So even though top
नहीं
is strong with an Aegis,
नहीं टिश्यू चोफ।
without having some way to reset and pull the fight away with the
Hup.
Darkseer, Secret thrive. It's a crazy game still.
Hup.
54 kills, 27
Never refuse.
minutes.
साले टिश्यू चोफ।
We're going to have a lovely bit in a second.
ता टिश्यू चोफ आके खा जाता है।
And then if you look, ladies and gentlemen, towards the hold
Just wait.
नहीं
7 more seconds.
And then if you look at the top of the screen.
स्टोरी डाल।
Beautiful.
27.
Very nice.
It's a sign. If you're out there and you're 27, today is a lucky day.
How old are you?
क्या?
No, I'm 20. I'm 20. No, I'm 28.
Are you?
God,
Wait, when did you get so? Jesus, I wonder
I
what
had a birthday.
अबे हेलो एम्बर, हाँ मिलेगा एम्बर से ये देख।
So a neutral item's picked up.
मैच देख रहा मेरे साथ बैठ के आज।
Both sides. Nice
ये देख।
pickup. Brewmaster also nice pickup for them.
आया।
For Nisha himself.
टिश्यू चोफ आ रहा है मेरे टेबल के ऊपर।
Place didn't do them too well last time,
But they are smoked this time.
Yeah.
Secret seem to be pretty aware of the
मैच इतना अच्छा है एम्बर साथ देख रहा है मेरे। देख रहे हैं?
The lane here, but, you know, somewhere that Secret's not necessarily going to expect to be at this point.
गेम में भी एम्बर स्प्रेड चल रहा है भाई।
Mars don't knock down all the trees there, so it is giving him more usual vision
चल
than usual.
जा सो जा। कब से जागा
Get the blink anyway now that he does get his defensive beat.
मस्त है ये तो, हाँ प्यारा बच्चा है काफी।
A nice one to upgrade with.
They re-smoke.
हाँ काटते नहीं है,
Fight now. They're feeling strong.
बांधना पड़ेगा फिर मुझे। ओए काटते नहीं है। आउच। इसको काटने का बड़ा मन करता है कि खेल मेरे साथ तो तंग करता है। अच्छा ये ले टिश्यू है मेरे पास। टिश्यू नहीं दूंगा मैं फिर, बैठ चुपचाप। सेट हो सेट, ऐसे मिल जाएगा। सेट हो, मैच देखने दे मुझे।
They can't walk up this hill though. Secret has perfect vision in this area.
This is not an easy fight for OG to step into.
No. They're going to
और बता लोगी क्या चल रहा है, टूर्नामेंट्स कैसी चल रही हैं? बूट कैंप पे है क्या अभी भी? यहाँ आगे चंडीगढ़ पद्मा बूट कैंप पे है क्या अभी थर्ड टाइम के लिए?
Every few hits.
Okay, so who got which one? I saw Paladin sword as well. And Moss getting that one's going to be very nice for him. Right from his spell damage as well.
दोनों घर पे। ओ बढ़िया चल रहा है, सही है। इसको टिश्यू चाहिए। ये देख एम्बर स्पीक 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 स्पीक, टिश्यू चाहिए। मैं बूट कैंप नहीं था, कुछ और भी था वो। ओ मेरे को लगा तूने बूट कैंप वगैरह डाल रखा है। मैं देख तो रहा था, थोड़ा सा देखा था होटल वगैरह में बैठा। ओ टिश्यू छुपा गया साला, उसको बाहर करता हूँ। ओए टिश्यू नहीं खाते पागल लड़के, बैठ चल, थप्पड़ खाएगा। क्या हो रहा है? छोड़, निकाल बाहर। पागल है क्या तू? टिश्यू कौन खाता है? झल्ला ही है। मैच ही देखने देगा, टिश्यू खाई जा रहा है आके। चल जा यहाँ से, खा लिया ना अब तो, जा यहाँ से चल।
Does have to, as we said, watch out for the basher because he can't do the spin TPs as easy. He doesn't know the basher's online just yet.
You'll see it now, right?
We'll see it now.
अब नहीं मिलेंगे,
for sure.
Hey, they click on him.
अब नहीं मिलेगा। तू ना सब खराब कर दे मेरा। चढ़ जा पीसी पे, तू ही खेल ले साले।
Up top to go for that tier 2 tower. Zana doesn't see anything.
करते करते तू ही खराब करते सब।
Dire's top
Thompson's gonna be the
tower
one
is
rushing.
under attack.
Perhaps pokes bottom because he's a little safer, but Seb might be calling for a fight.
एम्बन तंग हो रहा।
Has fallen.
Splits do
एक सेकंड आया यार मैं। आउच 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 आउच। एक सेकंड आया।
For the Drow, there's a lot of control, a lot of different ways to get on top of her.
Dire's top tower is
Just have to
under
be a little
attack.
careful.
Mic off.
Deal with these side
Radiant's
lanes easier
bottom
now. He
tower
has
is
more
under
remnants
attack.
so that to rejoin the fights.
Rock it on.
Let's see what they get. Zai.
Insta kill.
Nisha may be thinking about getting back in on this. The healing ward is
Spoil
down.
that shot.
He refreshed he overcharged or overclocked on the clockwork, and then he hooked into the spear, and it speared him away from stunning Zai again, so it allows him to reset and get away. That was an interesting little mechanic coming in, as it looked like a good initiation.
Double
Very tough for them
damage.
to deal with still.
Yeah, they couldn't quite keep Zai chain stunned to stop him from.
Mic on.
टिश्यू चुबा के आ गया मैं, अब मेरे को तंग करेगा। ये ले ले जा।
Magic still just sitting at the top. We'll see this once more.
Yeah,
As Stacks are coming in with that newly purchased Aghanims.
ये देख टिश्यू।
He does a little bit late with the overclock, so he doesn't get.
Mic off. Mic on.
चलो भाई बाहर कर दिया मैंने।
Shooting lightning everywhere. OG,
अब भौंकेगा थोड़ी देर बाहर से।
It's up in a second.
could be some clutch timing here.
I mean, they can go for it. You know, keep their healing.
मिल जाएगा हमें
See
शायद।
nothing on the map, so they're probably expecting.
Nah, they are already smoked up.
Zai.
Instantly omni slash.
We had such plans.
साइलेंस लग गया। बट इसको भी साइलेंस लगा, बीके भी पहले यूज था। अभी ना आ गया लेकिन।
My blood on your hands.
Dead. Matu.
Again, no buyback available on him. We'll see Zai to get back over it. Over the river, Stacks are pushing them back with the cogs. She's stopping Puppy and Zai from being able to re-enter the fray. Over to the side, Nisha.
वो बचा हुआ है, ब्लू मास्टर बचा हुआ है डबो को, वरना दो भी मर सकती थी यहाँ। काफी टैंकी हो गया ब्लू मास्टर।
If left alone this time around, does step up a bit too.
Dead.
But Thompson able to reset his positioning. So important here. Seb controlling them inside that wall.
मेन तो ब्लू ने बचा लिया डबो को।
Is able to focus fire and do something to fight. See the damage coming out from there. Beautiful.
Well, with the fight as it is, though, 2 dead on OG. I mean, I guess for Secret, they don't really have the best way of taking Roshan.
जग पे स्कार्डी आ
themselves.
गई।
Even with the numbers here, the 4 versus the 3 of them, they can't really go back into the pit. Well, they may try. I guess Wisdom is pretty safe. Zai can tank at least.
Destruction too. So
Okay,
it's a little bit
that helps
faster. So they've got that decent amount of minus armor, but without Matu, it's going to be
माटू
a bit
टैंक ही
slower
नहीं है
than
अभी तो
they
ना।
ideally want. But yeah, 35 seconds, no brew, 20
देख
no
बादशाह
shot.
बना लेना तो जग टीपी होगा।
Here.
इसको भी स्कार्डी चाहिए, टैंकी होगा थोड़ा। दो भी है रेंज।
He's heading over.
Ooh.
I mean, Secret are they're a little scared. They're a bit hesitant about this.
Coming in.
Can Saxa pull something off? He's got the hook shot. He's going to go in straight away. Denied.
Allies.
ओ बच गया, मिल गया बस। चीज भी मिल गई, शार्ड भी मिला होगा।
Silence all.
नाइस फोर स्टॉप, बचा लिया. शार्ड में मिला क्या? शार्ड लाया? नहीं, शार्ड नहीं लाया. शार्ड कौन ले गया?
For my coffers.
Now I thought they were able to pick it up as well, but he was getting away with a big benefit there. And again, once more into this Ghost Scepter.
Paying off.
I mean, he's pretty much got the E-Blade done now, thanks to that fight as well.
Ana was able to get the shard for himself.
Oh, they got the shard.
Inside
They
the
get
fight,
the shard.
so pretty beneficial because he does have the Scotty and the Maelstrom already. Will be really strong onto Ana. And they do kill Zai again. So, I mean, that is a little weird one, but if Zai dies, he's probably like, oh, I got my long death out of the way. Because that was the death after the buyback. So, for the next death, he'll be back faster.
सही में सही टाइम पे मर गया. अभी कुछ होने नहीं वाला. E-Blade
Oh yeah.
बचने के लिए बनाया है. मैजिकल बर्स्ट तो कहीं करेगा इससे. बचाना पड़ेगा इसको उससे. ओमनी स्लैश आवा है, स्विफ्ट स्लैश आवा है, वो है. आई गेस बचने के लिए ज्यादा बेटर है E-Blade. बहुत पिटाई करती है डबो. बहुत मारती है भाई, बहुत मारती है. बटर वाली डबो तो छेद देगी.
Nisha's gonna be a happy boy.
He gives it to him right away.
There we have it.
Oh yeah.
Timeless Relic, E-Blade, Aghanims, Nisha, he's good to go.
Near level 25 on 2.
Shadows.
You and I.
He tried to believe that he could get the outburst in time, and indeed he chased on. He's got the ages. He's fearless right now.
It's on Topson, but he's got healing ward.
Yeah, it's just a little bit hard now to get to top. It's trying.
You will fall.
He's just hit कर रहा हूँ hit के मुंह पे. ये just हार गए. OG. अबे लंबा वो मारना. हाँ. दो भाग गई यार. ब्लिंक कर गई.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is no more.
And just too many ways to get on top of Topson. Like he pops his BKB in immediately right after the BKB is going down.
BKB के बाद तो बहुत पकड़ सकते हैं. DD है bro.
My damage redoubled.
पकड़ सकते हैं, पकड़ सकता है, पकड़ सकता है. ओह. अपने पे डालते हैं सर. मानता है उस पे. नाइस ट्राई. DD वाली है वो. सबको छेद देगी. DD वाली है भाई वो.
And then you can die.
क्लॉक का एग्नम क्या था? डबल वो ना? डबल हुक शॉट. बताओ उल्टे में टावर जा रहा. कस दो बंदे मर गए जाके. BKB है, ब्लिंक आउट कर लेगी. ओ BKB नहीं खुला. BKB नहीं खुला. I thought he'll blink out. जब मास ब्लिंक करेगा तो instantly he'll blink out, but he was being cocky. Typical OG cockiness. अबे खुलने नहीं है. स्प्लिट ही नहीं खुलने. I feel Grimstroke तो इसी पे डालेगा अपना सेकंड. cause यही फाइट डिसरप्ट करेगा इनकी. इन पे फाइट डिसरप्ट काफी है. क्लॉक और ब्रू मास्टर फाइट रोक के रखते हैं तो डोर डैमेज दे पाती है. अगर क्लॉक और ब्रू मास्टर नहीं होंगे तो डोर डैमेज नहीं कर पाएगी.
They try to run it down mid. Secret says no. We're more than kitted out to do that. They've still got the lead. Is he going to 9k advantage?
He's sneaking it. Look at the courier. The gem, it gets hit in the tree.
अबे फाइट दिखाना.
Doesn't even describe it.
बाय बैक करके बचाया. इसको भी मार सकता है. साक्सा विद द प्लेज. कौन ज्यादा कोकी बनेगा आज? कोकी बॉयज. कोकी जेम ले आए.
So they were split away, and then the other two go mid, and they get caught from a buyback from Sox to just capitalize on that.
That's pretty wild.
That is, I mean, pretty awesome. awesome to see. Just
Captured in the fray.
Casually walks.
positioning of the heroes are. Yeah, I believe that's what happened, right? Because Poppy, he went to go get outpost for Nisha to have TP, but then they split away because they were pushing mid.
Yeah, they're pretty far back behind that tier 2 tower.
And now
आगे सामने वाला आगे लगी थोड़े टाइम में.
Running
side
down
of
mid.
OG. And oh, is that what I think it is? Okay, it's just an
Radiant's middle tower is
but still
under
relevant.
attack.
सब पे बहुत फाग है
A
भाई.
little bit of a dispel could get him out of the
Item.
caves or something. Save the use of the Blade Fury for later. We'll see
Agnum बनाते ही हैं आजकल इस पर. That extra damage which it absorbs काफी important है वो.
Split apart here.
They're so deep here, Matu and Zai.
डो वगैरह कितने टाइम उसी से बचेंगे.
Fallen.
OG
In the game, Saksa, he's in again.
Lucky shot.
Dude, Saksa, dude, he's playing so good. Clockwork बहुत अच्छा खेल रहा है वो.
They're dead now.
This game is
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Well, OG's going to be able to get their axe
Radiant's
here by the
middle
looks of it.
tower has fallen.
Full axe done on both of them, Seb and Anna, ready for the next
Dyer's
fight.
top
As that's the
tower is
mid-range goal,
under
they're going to sweep
attack.
round to the bottom and see if they can get something more. Matthew's back in fight.
Radiant's
Seb's got the
middle
axe. Fresh
barracks
picked
has
up after for this
fallen.
fight. So they're all
Radiant's
अभी तो दो
bottom
वाइल्ड
tower
पड़े हुए
is
हैं
under
नोटेल के.
attack.
एक यूज हुआ है अभी तो एक और पड़ा हुआ है.
Tower has
They're looking to see if they
fallen.
can get the job. Anna standing his ground with the Blade Fury. Soulbind used pretty early here. They'll be able to back off and make sure
Rupture नहीं हो
fall
पाया.
into that hole.
Yeah, sure not. Does not want to buy back either, so not really looking for a fight just yet.
They want to push on Anna close to level 25 as well.
वेट कर लेना चाहिए था अल्ट डालने से. दूसरा वाला भी यूज हो गया. बीकेबी खुल जा. चीज खानी पड़ गई.
Nisha gets a defensive remnant set out, has to jump back to safety. Now they've got to run.
Fight is hard, boys. माटू खड़ा नहीं हो पाया. काफी डैमेज पड़ गया. स्टैट्स कम है. स्कार्ट ही चाहिए. ओ नाइस ब्लड वाइट. मार सकता है, मार सकता है. ओ फाइट टर्न हो गई. ब्लड से को स्पीड मिल गई है. सब पिटेंगे अब. सब पिटेंगे अब. पट 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 पट. ओ Saksa dude playing so good. Playing so good, Saksa dude. ये तो कहीं नहीं जाएगा. Saksa वहाँ पे. Playing so fucking good, dude. Saksa. मार दिया उसको ब्लड सी का, जो कि स्पीड कितनी थी उसकी भाई. Still got him.
Heroes are moving. Nisha is zipping through at full speed with his remnants and everything. The Bloodseeker
Mate, but तो टैंक की बनना बिसल के बाद बनेगा थोड़ा. अभी तो वैसे भी 3000 तब भी हो गई है HP.
He is.
Secret
Trying to
does
do his
have to
best
use
to
two
to
But still.
find these big catches, but in those sort of situations,
अब बिसल के बाद तो काफी टैंकी हो
the
जाएगा.
rest of his team just getting cleaned up at the start of the action by Matumba man.
But it's an expensive hold for Secret. They do have to use 2 buybacks to be able to keep it up. And Thompson, he didn't spend
Dyer's
gold in all
middle
this last time.
tower
He
is
has
under
6,000
attack.
gold saved up on this Drow Ranger.
He's got a lot of money. Probably time to say goodbye to the one. Like, obviously, at this stage of the game and with the way that the game's played, does want to make sure he has buyback. Yeah, buyback's going to be very important in a game like this where we're seeing the action swing back and forth so ferociously.
Literally पहले ये जीतते फिर वो जीतते, पहले ये जीतते फिर वो जीतते, यही चली जाएगा.
Yeah, 4,300 surplus, so he should be able to buy both. But back the other way, as we said.
There we have it. I mean, are we going to see any buybacks come out here? Or do you think they're going to hold and just sort of let the damage be done?
20 seconds.
Dyer's middle tower has fallen.
Saksa might go in as soon as Drow respawns.
Saxon might be able to do something here to stop the push. He's going to try. Safe and alive here for the little bit of time before the rest of OG's out, and he can. A simple hook shot in, and Secret will back off. Saxon are able to come in,
Rack it on.
Rax alive, and protect any buybacks being used by his teammates.
Speedy rune of haste.
Is back up now.
Oh, it's the big one as well.
This is going to be the big decider. We need to get vision around the pit. Both
Refresh the
sides.
shard.
Both sides quite limited
Dyer
on the vision
are
to
इस पे अब लास्ट harvest of the game है ये.
Tops are gonna have it. It's great to play to push out the lanes, to course down the line. Maybe Seb wants to hold on to it for the team fights, but for now, it's just going to speed up Thompson's farm even more.
and maybe bait. Perhaps
That's
in some
true.
of the fights, 'cause it is
see.
very
If the
important.
No,
catches
for
are
sure.
off guard,
They are very focused on making sure they can get out.
शार्ट चाहिए टॉप्सन की. शार्ट अच्छा है. ब्लड से क्योंकि हीलिंग रुक
look
जाएगी.
at the smoke as well. They send the illusion down mid.
टुटुडू.
Oh yeah, all
Where's
three with the
being
meds
used?
too.
Yeah, well, we'll see if Secret fall for that. They'll probably be able to assess the damage being done and realize.
My bosom button.
He's actually going to put the first split here. Maybe see if he can get a catch as he starts to run them down. See what he can force out of Zai. Zai.
Allies disappear.
पकड़ा गया. बीके भी खोलना पड़ेगा. रेडी हो गया. साक्सा मजा आ रहा है सारे. बीके भी खुल गया मार्टू को बहुत जल्दी. काफी मेसी फाइट है भाई ये तो। कितनी मेसी फाइट्स अलग अलग जगहों पे चल रही है। बाय बैक करके आ गया जाए।
It was worth it. That was just a win.
Middle tower is under attack.
Actually winning the fight, Secret, somehow. Buyback करके बचा लिया उसने।
They couldn't do anything to back up their teammates. Matu and Nisha able to clean up on
Scanning for enemies.
So much damage, 15k damage done in that last team fight. As Matu, I mean, he's able to get it, and even with the BKB when it wears off, Matu, it doesn't matter. He's able to find targets, commit on them, and know he's going to get that kill, that burst of life to keep on fighting.
And it is like his eye with his buyback, he kept the Drow all the way on the right side. So Drow wasn't hitting Matu at all in the fight. He kept him fully controlled by Zai. That was such a clutch play from him.
Trying to push them away from Roche here, but OG, they're doing it without Anna, they're doing it without
Any kind of it.
Can दो पकड़नी पड़ेगी। आवेश तो मिल ही गया। बहुत टैंक है। नीचे शिवास गार्ड भी आ गया। ई ब्लेड भी मरेगा ही नहीं। सबकी वॉल अच्छी थी पिछली फाइट में। Doesn't do much though. I think वॉल वाला ब्लड सीकर बहुत डैमेज करता होगा। With that Mjolnir. अब यहाँ पे वो डालना पड़ेगा MKB। इसको आना को कस बटन डाल लिया उसने मार्ट को।
Same thing with his basher swapping in constantly.
Yeah, we'll see for the next fight. Yeah, Chi's being held by Matu. Refresh a shard on Zai.
Aegis इसने लिया। Aegis निशान लिया।
It's so early in the game, but all these supports, like almost everyone's 25 on. Just the Brewmaster.
We don't see a lot of games where everyone hits the 25.
No, it's just been
this early, kind of 48 minutes in. I guess this is just sort of the abundance of kills that we have had coming out at 48 minutes in.
Rune of double damage.
So much control that can come out to the two supports on both sides, just providing so much utility.
I mean, they have to get Matu. This Bloodseeker's just going to clean up.
Octane जा रही है क्या?
He is just the
What a bounty!
here for OG's lineup.
It's just so hard with the way that I mean, Zai is just playing like this bro of protecting his cores so well, so that they can get these constant spells combos off, especially like Nisha and Matu, just able to focus fire their team targets a lot easier.
काट रहा है मुझे। अभी टिश्यू खा रहा है यहाँ चढ़ के।
It is.
मैंने ऊपर छुपाए हैं। वापस क्यों ले अब? तो बैठेगा ना, सोया था। सोया था अपने आप आया था सोने के टाइम।
No one else is touching neutrals. Puppy's about to have Aghanims. So there's a very strong Drow Ranger and Juggernaut on one side. If he gets illusions of these two, or even one of them in the fights, it could be really problematic. Also, the level 25, as we did see, that ink-swell radius massive, and everyone else also having those 25 tons we are seeing pointed out.
Oh. So
the test will still be there for Secret when it comes to breaking the high ground of OG. Some pretty good ways to spam from a distance. This draft built around Thompson's drought.
They did use some pretty big buybacks though on the side of OG for sure. They're the two important ones on the side. Still available, and none of them are available on the side of OG.
Sure.
हाँ उसमें टिश्यू वाली प्लेट पड़ी है ना।
Make that jump onto one of these cores without buyback, they'll probably be able to close the game up.
सुबह मंगाऊं।
You have to be very cautious, very careful to make sure that backup is there to ensure that they don't get jumped, even inside the base, which could happen, of course. Secret having some pretty good heroes for the gap close.
Radiant's bottom barracks are
Does he go for Astral Visto or does he go for 2 slide?
So they do know that
2 slide, okay.
postured probably aggressively into their side there. So now Yaps are backing up. Sai, he's Invis on the hunt. He's gonna be able to find, but he is magic immune inside of Cogs. That level 25 talent.
And he's out.
Good old spell immunity. And we did see, yeah, Stormcrafter did reveal him, I believe, inside the tree line. I think it tapped his eye.
Yeah, I
so
think
he
probably
knew that
why
it
we
was there.
saw stacks of players he did. Yeah.
ब्लडची का होता तो पकड़
Love that
लेता.
talent, though. He has BKB, but doesn't have to use it. He just clicks cogs.
अरे मैं स्ट्रीम कर रहा हूँ, क्या हो गया आपको?
Okay.
बीच में अपना सो ना जाके, मैं तो सो के उठाऊं.
Yeah, they're rolling in the money here, both of these teams.
He does
हाँ,
have
खराब
triple-
करते हैं.
Triple arrow. So it's 3 arrows every 9.8 seconds, too. That is pretty
Radiant are
obnoxious.
scanning for enemies.
आइटम्स ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है एरोस से. आइटम्स रिफ्रेश जल्दी होंगी.
This is going to be a real hit
Yeah, still good.
against OG.
एक फाइट में
So
कितनी
that's
4
30
स्टाफ दे
minutes or so
सकती
on
हो?
all 3 of the cores on OG.
30 minutes.
3 minutes.
All spells and items
That
by
would be quite
25%
30
होता
minutes
है.
would be pretty devastating.
30-minute buyback. Oof.
One buyback again.
Oh, yeah.
Good luck.
Tudum.
OG know this. They're playing
Radiant's
very
top
careful
tower
right
is
now.
under
Making
attack.
sure not to have anyone out on the map getting caught by these movements of secret.
They have problems taking out Matu still though. Just this butterfly, they don't really have the true strength at all. We're seeing Ana, he's building toward it, but Thompson's not going to be able to. He just doesn't have space, like inventory space is just
फाइट
limited.
करना चाहिए इस टाइम पे. एमके भी नहीं है वैसे.
MKB, they don't kill this Bloodseeker.
No.
They
Never
don't kill this
refuse
Bloodseeker
gold
before
given.
Matt is killed. You know, he's killed one, killed two of them, and
Yep.
it's constantly getting this revitalization throughout the team fight.
Cause एमकेबी से पहले फाइट लेंगे तो जीतेंगे. अगर एमकेबी आ गया तो मुश्किल हो जाएगी
Gem in
फाइट.
the front line.
Double time!
Finds himself a haste. Seb forcing in bottom, double ion shell is thrown down on the creep wave. A little bit of a stall.
Oh, Ali,
A little bit of a slowdown right
It
now
was
for the moment. It was
OG,
needed.
as we talked about,
middle
you know,
tower
we know
is
why
under
they're not
attack.
trying to look for action. I mean, is there anything that sort of secret's waiting for? Is there a reason why we don't sort of see them just shove down a lane and try to go for the high ground?
It's just a bit hard because of these double ion shells, these illusionist capes that keep getting sent down the lanes. It is a bit difficult for them to just force the issue fully here. Now they are rallied around bottom. Lane is in a decent spot here too as well in the top lane.
There's still a tier 2 to take down here.
Yep. Scouting out that heart, that triangle area with a blood break. My god. Attack speed on Matu is absolutely ridiculous.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Coming into play.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah, it's probably the save also, just in case. Like if a fight happens, he dies first, he buys back, buys boots of travel, he can come back in the fight, stuff like that. You want to have to save, especially at this point. As lanes now
Dire's
become-
फाइट लेनी चाहिए. एमकेबी आने वाला है.
middle tower is under attack.
Ready shift.
So they should know
और
that
एमकेबी
OG
आ रहा है.
They're heading in here. We'll see
Yep.
Matu already.
Matu's really low mana.
He did manage to get the rush off onto Anna. After the start
Dire's
stack,
bottom tower is
he's gonna hook shot
under
out to
attack.
safety. Gets away, starting to
Radiant's bottom barracks are under
एक और
attack.
टीम फाइट होते हुए.
Not what you expected.
Zaya dies but buyback करके आया था एक बार.
Crunchy!
क्लॉक नहीं बज रहा भाई. इतना टाइम लग गया.
You have blood on your hands. I am born to hunt again.
पहुंच ही नहीं अब लच्छी का ड्रॉप.
Don't know he's there. Looks like they're going to be a little careful. I mean, they find themselves a huge move here. They had to use a buyback on Saxa, but Secret, they used 2 core buybacks themselves.
Oh, Saksa dude. Saksa. Saksa with the plays. Oh, लच्छी का डाइवैक होते हुए. साक्सा नहीं मार दिया गेम का तो भाई. बुरा हाल कर दिया. बुरा हाल है.
I burn once more.
The 3 of them, though. OG, they've got a
Do it with flair.
where there's no zone.
Saksa MVP. 100%.
May the drow
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh my god, dude, these hook shots. Okay. Tip the guy.
Middle tower is
Too good.
fallen. Dire victory.
Nisha straight up disconnects.
Illusion, chaos, just everything coming into play. Even though Secret, they connect all these spells, they couldn't focus fire these heroes. When the is just cutting back and forth across the fights, but they couldn't focus fire anything. While we did see.
तुमने सोना नहीं है क्या? तो भौंकने तो खौलते होंगे तो हमेशा भौंकेगा आके. भौंकने दो 1 मिनट. क्या हो गया? बार बार खोलते रहोगे तो सोएगा ही नहीं वो तो.
Being able to outplay for the most part, keep Matu alive. When it mattered most, though, in that last engagement, they couldn't quite do it. They couldn't protect Matu that time round. Even with that attempted buyback from Zai, just didn't swing the fight in their favor.
No, he couldn't. And I mean, honestly, like, the Grimstroke gets controlled throughout the majority of it. They did a great job of controlling backline and OG, and did see a little bit of damage, perhaps somehow becoming the issue there in that last there for Secret.
Yes, just a little too long to sort of get it all out and get it all done. And incredible stuff from and team play from both teams. But of course, OG coming out on top here. And as we say, Saxa definitely making the magic happen on the clock. Of course, was picked early. Doesn't matter. Still able to have incredible impact from start to finish there. And yeah, with the highest kill involvement out of the team, involved in 42 of the 49 kills there, Saxa.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
You got to watch out for that Saxa clock, definitely, in the rest of the series if it comes through again. I'll Secret take it away. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game one, only game one. We're going to have much more Dota from these two teams to come. But game one, OG will take it against Secret.
What an amazing start to this best of 3. I can't wait for game 2, but first, of course, we're going to talk about that game 1. We're going to sing Saxa's praises and more, all that, after the break.
You ready? Huh?
Another dope.
Boy, huh? You ready? Huh?
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
कोई खेला मेरे फ्रेंड्स में? वो लूवी स्काया खेले हैं. और कौन खेला? मैंने हुड आउट लॉस ली थी बट मैंने रिफंड मांग दी. सोचा कोई खेलेगा ही नहीं साथ में तो मैं रिफंड ही कर लेता हूँ. रिफंड ही कर ली. गेम अच्छी थी लेकिन काफी टाइम पास थी. कहाँ बैठ गया अब ये जाके? चल क्यों नहीं आए? बंद क्यों गए? बंद हो गया बीच में. क्या मजाक है? ब्रेक पे गया होगा इसलिए बंद हो गया होगा. चलो मैं ब्रेक पे जाता हूँ जब तक मैच आता है.
Mic off. Mic on.
मैच स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ, सेकंड वाला फर्स्ट मैच हो जीत चुकी है। देखते हैं कितना ब्रेक चल रहा है, ट्विच पे जाके देख के आता हूँ क्या सीन है। बातचीत हो गई लगता है।
Get pretty crazy. He just got silenced here. Watch how fast this gets taken off by a Lotus Orb by somebody. I don't even know what. Instantly taken off. And he's got Inkswell, missed the icon, but Inkswell's on him. That means when this blows up, he's going to get a heal and a Dispel. That stun was supposed to last a long time, but because it explodes, removes the stun duration on him, which allows him to slide a fist, buy time to escape while invulnerable. Puppy's still alive here, backing up his team. Then they get a Rupture off on Thompson, which puts Thompson out of position, instantly arrowed as well, making him finally vulnerable here for a moment. And Matoma Man sees his opportunity. Look at this, runs in against 3 heroes, starts slapping Thompson. Thompson has to run away. They're a second away from a vacuum to buy him time, but he gets silenced just barely. Then he dies. Then Matoma Man gets a race car around the rest of the fight, getting another heal and stun due to the Inkswell. Killing Puppy was like the most mandatory. Then he dies. Then Matoma Man gets a race car around the rest of the fight, getting another heal and stun due to the Inkswell. Killing Puppy was like the most mandatory thing in this fight. He actually bought them so much space in the engagement. Saksa making the sick play to even get the Bloodseeker kill. That would have been even more catastrophic had he not. And then No Tail giving up his life to keep Sox alive, the true MVP of the series. But insane game, so back and forth, crazy plays from everybody, and OG takes the win.
They do indeed, and we're going to find out if they can do that again, or if Secret will take the next one, giving us a third game to the series, which I think a lot of people will hope to see. But let's find out what's going to happen
OG
in game
loses,
two.
तो
We'll be
major
right back
cancel
with the
है
draft
शायद
between
फिर से.
OG and Secret after the break.
I guess major नहीं मिलेगा अगर ये इनकी, अगर इनको शायद दो गेम में जीतनी पड़ेंगी 3 में से I guess. इन द सेंस कि अगली गेम भी इनकी निग्मा के साथ है और शायद एक गेम इनकी लिक्विड के साथ भी है. वो गेम में इनको जीतनी पड़ेगी.
We got game 2!
Get ready for game 2. We are back in 2 minutes. ये लगवाएंगे मुझे कॉपीराइट इनके गाने. क्यों खोल रहे हो तुम लोग? तो भौंकने दो उसको बाथरूम में जाना, तुम्हारे पास तो आना भी नहीं है. तो फिर तुम बार बार आ क्यों रहे हो बाहर? अब वहीं सुनो फिर. हाँ, वो तो जानबूझ के भौंकता ही रहेगा. वो कहेगा खोल रहे हैं, पागल हैं ये लोग, तो खोल रहे हैं. खोलने दो फिर. हाँ, कहाँ है मैच? अरे ये क्या चल रहा है? क्या हो रहा है ये? क्या है ये? हेलो? No fuck. जी जी. करो म्यूट भाई. वेट करना पड़ेगा. मैच में भी 1.5 मिनट और पड़ा ड्राफ्टिंग शुरू होने में. उसमें भी पहले शिवर बात करेगी आके, फिर होगी ड्राफ्टिंग. डिफिब्रिलेटर ये क्या होता है भाई? फर्स्ट गेम जीत गए, somehow जीत गई ओजी, somehow. Like Secret did a nice comeback, OG did a nice comeback, Secret did nice comeback, OG did nice comeback. But साक्सा ने एंड में, साक्सा नहीं मतलब गेम भी साक्सा नहीं निकाली है, मिड गेम भी, बट एंड गेम में तो काफी क्लच हो गया. वैलोरेंट वाले भी नया गेम मोड डाल रहे हैं एप्लीकेशन. लिटरली ब्लड सीकर तक को साक्सा ने मार दिया एक बार तो. लाइक हाउ कैन ब्लड सीकर डाई देयर डूड? साक्सा विद द क्लच. मेसन ने मॉनिटर तोड़ दिया. हो गई क्या स्टार्ट? 1.5 मिनट तो हो गया.
Best of 3, OG 1 game up at the moment, and did we already say how important this series is for both these teams? We have OG wanting to make it to the major, of course, and they kind of need to win, T.
Yeah, well, they're currently 2-2, right? So if they go
Yeah.
2-3, they're tied for 7th. They win, they're 3-2. Suddenly, they're tied for 2nd or 3rd. But either way, it's major or not probably major that easily.
And the same thing goes for Secret. They're also 2-2, but as Kyle likes to say, they are 99.9% actually. If Secret doesn't make it to TI, he's actually going to give up his career as a commentator.
I will go live in the Siberian tundra.
Yeah, so Secret is obviously, now tanking their position here. Don't get to the major, then 3-4 European teams get there, get so many points, and somehow it works out. But
for the greater good. But let's not forget these guys. They want to.
अब तो गेम में आ गया वहां से देख सकते हैं सीधा
Radiant's turn to pick. Lion.
They want to put OG in their place.
Indeed.
The two TIs that OG won, Secret didn't even get to play them.
And they do here. I gotta say, they're gonna have to shape up a little bit. Even things like the item decisions they made were a bit suspect. Was looking over the box score. No AC. And there's an argument because you're playing against Darkseer. You don't want to get an AC because it could be stolen. They didn't have a Vlad's either. No Tail did. That's such an insane armor differential in a game that goes so late with physical damage being such a huge factor. I think that plays a bit of a role in how that game broke down. But ultimately, that game was chaos.
It was beautiful chaos, honestly. It's the rare time that you see Zai finish a game like 4-16, right?
Yeah.
Where his game's so hard, he's rushing the BKB just to have any confidence of fighting, and that's kind of where OG, in their best form, they can break down these kind of slower paced teams. And I think for Secret, it's how they bounce back against that aggression.
10 seconds to
I was going to say.
Don't worry, I knew what you're saying, Carl.
You were on the same page here. So this is exactly, if you just played a game like that, nearly 2 kills per minute average, and your team Secret, you're thinking, okay, first off, we're going to just stabilize our safe lane. It's pretty tough to lose. You can just spam heal, carry, and chill. But in addition, OG wants to run you with 5 heroes, drop a gall, hit him with a fatal bonds. Like, you're going to start winning team fights.
And then they go for the Alchemist.
Wow.
Okay. We've seen OG run the Alchemist primarily as an offlane.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've seen it actually in the carry role as of yet, but again, it's mainly
not this season yet.
Sure. Yeah, and that's the main thing here.
This is just so OG, man.
It's going to be an offlane out.
Bunch of cheesers. All right?
I mean, the last time they run it together,
Illusions and Alchemist.
Well, we're yet to see our Dragon Lance for Thompson yet. Please, I'm excited to see what hero he's going to whip out for that one.
So the last time they played this, it was against the Hellbear Smashers, and they also ran a Lion Alchemist lane. They definitely gave OG a little bit more freedom to do as they pleased.
Well, the main thing here is the idea of line Alk was popularized in Season 1, and the reason was the weakness of Alk and the aggression that he may face in lane is offset by a Lion with boots, playing off Earthspike, playing off Hex, and just being able to just keep the Alk alive, and then naturally you then just make stacks and just play a casual 4 game.
It does force, this is what's so interesting about the hero, because it could just be a carry, right? But you're going to force Secret to ban out Ag's carries. Gyro, Monkey King, I think must bans.
Juggernaut as well to some degree.
Perhaps.
I'm trying to rack my brain on what the Season 1 ones were, but yeah, it was Gyro, Monkey,
was done once as well.
Gyro Monkey, we saw it on Slark, but Gyro Monkey is just because it makes the hero tankier and farm faster and fight better.
If you're curious which one they paired up with it this season, it was Slark.
Slark, yeah. But okay, so last season, I'm looking at it now, they tried it with Luna, obviously the Gyro, the Monkey. They have and that's for sure.
Hey, Alchemy is a lost art for a reason, okay? You don't always get it right. It's tough to make gold.
Well, that's kind of like the OG thing, right? It's like when they get to the Thompson pick, they look at him and go, what have you been playing in your pubs this week, mate? And then he's like, I'm feeling drought. Bam, they just pick it. It's that confidence which makes and breaks this team.
He did play a hell of a drought. I like the build, too. It's the way that we kind of expected with the blink at some point. The Manta buff, I think, is another reason drought might look stronger. And, of course, Dragonlance.
अगर पगना खेल रहा है तो पगना दिख जाएगा और जो बिल्ड खेल होगा ना पब में वही चल जाएगा लेगा भी वही जैसे ऑक्टिविन कोई फर्स्ट आइटम बनावे तो ऑक्टिविन को ही बनेगी फर्स्ट आइटम
the main thing for Secret
पच खेल रहा है तो पच पे वही खेलेगा
so good against the skirmishing fight but again it's the simple fact they have no cheap lockdown that is what they're scared of.
I bet if they don't ban Monkey they just take it third. Lane it
Like,
against
Secret
the,
10
themselves?
yeah,
seconds.
lane it against Alchemist.
They might.
Monkey is one of the least successful heroes in upper division
5
this season for
seconds.
Europe.
Yeah, again, the main thing is, of course, Monkey now with the Ags doesn't insta-take Roshan by itself.
Mhm.
But I guess you can offset that with the fact that in regards to the Alchemist strat, with Acid Spray, with a potential Solar Crest on someone else, you still can take Roshan at some point, therefore kind of bringing the hero back into an Aegis kind of position,
Jaivo
which he
bhi
kind of
अच्छा है.
relies on when he is playing
Jaivo का अच्छा है, Luna का अच्छा
with an
है.
Alchemist and that quick Ags.
Mid पे Luna भी ठीक है. Since top
We also got OG taking quite a bit of time with their last ban here. Is there anything in particular that they should be worried about now that we know, we got the arena coming out, we got the Warlock, Golem, and of course Fatal Bonds there too.
I love the Bloodseeker ban, just because I think in that previous game, how many times in these long drawn-out fights did you see Matumban go from like 100 HP to half HP, to then OG being like nearly dead, and him zipping around at like a bajillion miles per hour, and that alone is so hard to deal with, and yeah, it made the game so fun.
OG, I think, just spent
This
nearly
is
all
what's
the reserve
in
time on
the-
the second banning phase. Secret
Hold
also spending at least their basic time on each and every ban. So treating this second phase with
But
a
एक
lot of
tanky
respect.
hero Alchemist है, बाकी देख
10
And
लेंगे.
this is a critical spot. Ban into pick for Secret. They take out the Leshrac. It's a hero that maybe with an Axe could be interesting.
They take the Slark
They take the
instead.
Slark.
Okay.
Straight
They've
up goes for
ignored
Slark
Monkey as an
against
option, of course,
Alchemist.
because they guess the nerfs are too hard, and bam, go with what they've been playing recently. Still,
That
It's
is
same-
a Matu special, by the way.
Yeah, it's a similar concept though.
अब अगर
because
Alchemist
it
जाता है,
would both be a
Except
good Axe
to
target
Slark
from the
will
Alk,
win the lane.
but laning against it
10
bottom, Lion Alk
seconds.
is kind of the dream for Slark. You have a lot of base armor, and you are very comfortable
5
trading hits with an
seconds
Alchemist, especially if he's
remain.
trying to go for a few early points in Greevil's Greed.
I guess the caveat to that is simply Acid Spray cannot be misjudged in that damage it does. And if you play inside it with the Earth Spike, even if Slark purges off the stun itself, there's so much annoyance within that fight.
But you got a Warlock.
Yeah, again, there is some things. I just feel it's not a Slark pick that goes, all right, OG can't play lane anymore.
True.
It's like Warlock, Slark, Lion Alk, it'll be a close lane. How do they utilize Acid Spray? How do they play around bonds? Like, who kind of gets level 2 first? It's going to be a close lane, if anything. And also jungle efficiency.
Yeah. And also, keep in mind, OG don't have overall last pick. So, like,
They do not. They went for the line first themselves, so overall last pick going
and
on
that means Secret now committing to saving last pick for what we'd expect as Nisha's hero, though the Mars could go mid. But you shouldn't, you should see what OG is looking to do. You'll know
Secret
if
has
it's an
been
outcarry or not before you have to
काफी-
commit to your win condition.
Because we are still assuming that that's going to be the case, right? That this is the Lion Alchemist, that this is the offlane for OG.
Yeah. I mean, no matter
Radiant's
what
turn to
OG
pick.
plan with the Alchemist, interesting.
Sorry.
No, I agree. Yeah, me and she were like, ooh, look at that.
Whatever OG plan with the Alchemist, it's the same concept of something's becoming a hyper carry. It's just a matter of the Alk being at that himself or handing it off to whatever Anna's playing. And yeah, we don't see many Dav. Have we even seen
Yes,
Dav?
we have. We've
10
seen it
seconds
actually
remain.
win on the Hellbear Smash. One of the
Oh,
few
that's
games
true.
they won right
5
after the patch.
seconds.
This was the hero people went to. It's like, oh, Dazzle's so good right now.
Dyer's
Dazzle feels
turn
amazing.
to pick.
And then they played it
Shard
offlane. So it was actually Rasmus playing it on the offlane, and it worked out. The question is this... I know T is heavily
Dyer's
scrolling.
turn
I
to
can,
pick.
I can
the
hear,
core?
I can hear
From
Long
one
giggling. He's like,
side.
yeah, okay. Puppy's mad at being ran at.
Yeah.
Because this is just like
Oh, it is.
straight
And-
up area denial. Arena, Golem, Egg. Like, come on,
PL
please.
yeah,
Try it again.
Exactly. It's very strong in the regards to if you take this fight, we will crush you in the fight.
10
But my fear is
seconds
simply
remain.
the Slark has to be able to, survive in the fight and then move forward
5
because.
Yeah, but he's got to build up all the
remain.
stacks.
All right, I had a quick little bit of research. Just want to see the dazzle. It is
Stacks
normally
winning,
just a
it
fight
dazzles.
position. Nota's played it a couple times in his pubs.
Okay.
Simple, mana
Radiant's
boots,
turn
goes for
to
a casual
ban.
shard for the hex, and now they pair it with an illusion hero. All the illusions around them, the hill bomb.
Yep.
It's going to be OG fight. If they can punish the cooldowns, Secret ever wastes a golem, an arena, an egg.
Yeah.
That's when that Secret
And
draft gets picked apart.
Right now, again, Secret, they banned Lesh themselves, arguably the best answer to a PL on
10
this spot.
seconds.
They don't have a tool against an illusion army right now, especially if you get the added bonus of an
5
Ags handed to you with the heal behind you.
It's like the Ember pick
What
once
do you
again,
think
right?
Secret
You just
gets
need to
flushed?
have someone who he can buy Shivas, he has a bit of magic damage, and can apply some pressure because Secret's draft, it is very scary once they get over the hurdle of relying on just their spells to enter the fight. If they have a
एक मैंने हैशटैग नहीं डाले हुए क्या? हैशटैग डालने पड़ेंगे स्ट्रीम पे। हो गया हैशटैग।
Imagine just a one button, all illusions run in with a diffusal.
Right.
Isn't also
Purple.
Dazzle with
Dyer's
Ags
turn to
really
pick.
good? Even it, like, doesn't it dispel everything on the heal, or is that the shard?
I guess that could be the curveball here because like the PL
Last
Ags,
pick में
it
क्या
seems a
सकता
bit.
Gets rid of the fatal
bit
bombs.
underwhelming. But what happens here if it's actually just like some
Is it?
Dazzle mid situation?
But they can't clear illusions. I wouldn't call it underwhelming. If you have diffusal heart,
I mean, yeah, but like in
Bonnet,
the,
Radiant's
18-second
turn.
illusion.
the key thing here is when if PL gets an early Ags, is it like a jar craft? Is it like a jar? It's not. It's when he has 2-3 items, which completely mitigates the idea of out Ags, right?
We still don't know who's mid, because Snapfire could also be core.
Kinda. I think this is for sure some type of maybe flex, but I think Thompson Snapfire, a Dazzle 5, then you have the pairing of Hill Bomb
of
PL.
course. Yeah, core Snapfire. You could buy a
Select
Dragon
your
Lance
heroes.
and then kill the egg
Make
from
the
afar.
ultimate
Exactly.
choice.
And then Lil Shredder, egg no more, and then they go for a Zeus.
Yeah, no, you have to.
Yeah.
That's a great pick here because they
Game is
needed
hard for
some
Secret.
kind of answer to the PL. My concern is that it's actually not enough because I think they're handing an axe to Ana, and he's going to have 2 items and an unkillable illusion army. Matumba Man's going to need to have a near flawless game.
I'd actually, okay,
Yep.
I'd love to see the Ags, first Ags, go to early Snapfire. If you know PL with a couple items, bit tankiness, you just yeet in Alice like, go! No, he wants to get to the fountain as quick as possible.
Oh
This is
my
the scrap. Outbuys Ags. Thompson eats Anna. Anna gets
Okay.
yeeted into the fountain minute 10.
That
It's
is,
world
Fountain is the
record.
way.
that is one of the hard counters to heroes like Warlock and Zeus that want to play the back
exactly,
lines.
yeah.
It's if you get yoinked on,
Yeah.
I don't know the
Nisha का Zeus
terminology.
अच्छा है, but
Yeeted, I
Born
don't know.
before
this game kind of looks
2000, unlike
difficult.
T.
Notel का set
1996,
देखो भाई, dark
just
chemistry.
confirm.
My point is,
50,000?
I don't really know what to expect. I think that you've
this
got
is
to
Claw.
use the Seb Alkin lane.
Yeah.
You can't allow OG.
Kafi
Like,
तगड़ा
you
set है
know, this
Notel
is
का.
some. They're in the basement, like getting all geeky, like thinking up this stuff.
Dark
You got to
chemistry.
throw off their timings.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah. I love the point you made. Snapfire into the Phoenix. Zeus and Snapfire is going to be far
मेरे को
more,
ये
like you
PL की
said,
hat
shut down the
चाहिए,
out,
hat
prevent
बहुत पसंद है मुझे.
PL getting online. Clark and PL starts to have fun fighting into a PL later on. I'm just, again, it's going to be a bloodbath. I'm excited to see what happens in game 2.
I'm excited to see what's happening in game 2 as well. And our commentary team also is
11
excited to
minutes
see
in
what's
a row
happening in
before
game
this
2.
match
So let's
sucks.
head over to Only Pixel Unfogged.
Thank you very much, GBS. Game 2 ready to go here between OG and Team Secret. Fog, what do you sort of make from these two drafts? What do they sort of say to you that both teams are looking for in the second game?
I think OG
for
wins
lots
this
of
one.
fights, and the other team's
Once
looking to farm
PL
up a
is
little
gone,
bit more. I think
I
OG,
don't
a
think
bit more of a
nothing
farm-heavy
stops
draft this time around. I think we're still probably going to have a lot of chaotic fighting coming
if
out
they
from
somehow
them, but
manage
I
to
do think that
snowball
they want to take it to later
before
stages.
PL
And
gets
Secret,
some
they want to be
farm,
going more of a
then-
group-up kind of method here. Some limited disables definitely coming out for Secret. Really relying entirely on the spear in order to catch Ana, besides just having overwhelming amounts of damage. That is the one thing that Secret does have. And yeah, I'm curious to see what we're going to get with all these Aghanims picked up. I really like that Sheev did mention the Aghanim's potential for the Dazzle way later on. Can actually be pretty cool for that Dispel versus Fatal Bonds. Can definitely be quite relevant. Also, Fire Spirits, some decent ones that he can remove off of his allies. If we get to that point later on, that would be pretty good for OG.
Because if we do see some early Ags coming up, who's getting priority?
I think you just give it to Thompson. Yeah, I think you just have to. Even though it's gotten nerfed so many times, it still is going to be really good. But I say that, but there is also the very high chance that you just give it for the PL for stats, and then Thompson just builds his own stuff. Because then it will allow this PL, the illusions, to run rampant. Because they lack control for the illusions is one of the things that can sometimes be a problem. They have the damage that's going to come out from Zeus, but if Nisha dies early in the fights, they do not have the way to clear these illusions. So I think Nisha, eyes on him for secret.
But
Oh, geez.
snap को देना important इसलिए क्योंकि wall lock है, Zeus
Zeus coming out. Yeah, a mid hero that we're not seeing nowadays.
They needed something for illusions. Everything else was banned, right? Like Leshrac gone. I think they tried Tinker once before, but it did not work out whatsoever. It's also not as good versus PL. It's more versus like these Terror Blades. But Zeus can be kind of similar. But yeah, we'll see if what Nisha is able to do. As I feel like mid's gonna be kind of just like this far more. I think bottom is gonna be the really fun one that I'm gonna be looking out for. How the poke and prod comes out, right? The acid spray versus the essence shift, the heal versus the control under the acid spray. And we'll see.
Last hit to अच्छे.
And up on this top lane. I mean, do you expect Chapstone side to be able to slow Sienna's early game up quite a lot?
This is a really good lane, really strong lane versus the Dazzle and the Phantom Lancer. You have a very hard time securing last hits versus this. Mars always just going to bully you. Every time you walk up for a last hit, you eat a Fire Spirit / Rebuke. I do think this is going to be a bit of a tough one for OG up here.
Oh, we'll see. Because I mean, obviously last game, OG
LAN को
a
items
couple
चाहिए
of
play
rough
बनाने
side
के
lanes.
लिए.
It did not
Last
matter
game
in the
फिर भी
grand
clock
scheme
वक्त
of
था तो इनका game में comeback हो गया
That's true.
था.
And we see there are 3
But
denies
इस बार
at
lanes
top.
half
2
तो
range
LAN
keep
को
denies
भी
already
items
coming
चाहिए
out for
होती
Zion
हैं
Yapsor. So
game बनाने के लिए.
really solid for the first 2 waves. 8 last hits on Nisha. He gets every single one of them
Not
in
level
the mid lane.
dependent for him.
But we do see bottom. Matu able to secure 6 of them. He's actually hasn't missed a single CS yet on Matu down bottom either. He still has the 2 creeps from the first wave.
Middle tower.
Where we go?
Hasn't missed one yet.
Second wave होगा, first wave थोड़ी.
Another
Hasn't
one.
missed one yet.
Perfect CS here from Mr. Matumba Man.
Seb also has only missed. Okay, now he's missed 2.
Oh.
नजर लगाती.
Yeah, lanes look again like they should be quite secret favored. Mid is going to be that trade farm, of course. Topson going to be able to maybe even put a little bit more harassment than usual onto Nisha.
Now we're going Nisha.
अब तो मिड का मेटा ही है ये डायरेक्ट बॉटल में
Continue to spam the lane.
2 मिनट पे दोनों आया था.
I reckon we'll probably stay pretty close, pretty hard. Free VIP.
Dyer's courier has been
A
killed.
little bit of slip up there with his courier. Does get his gloves delivered, but does lose it as Matu not missing one yet.
He's still not Mr. CS.
He just one of them got pulled away. You saw the range creeps like all the way.
That doesn't count.
It's not dead yet.
Yeah.
But he's gonna miss that one because it's all the way on the side. Puppy misses the last hit on it though.
Underneath the tower here, continuing to hit. Perfect last hits.
Yeah. Seb, he's going to actually just use the acid spray away from the lane for now to farm the pull camp since it is available. He doesn't want Puppy to be able to pull the lane and just get more experience. But that does mean Puppy, he's going to leave the XP in the lane to Matu. So this is going to be a very high-level Slark after this laning start. And
pretty much an entire 2 waves that he got solo.
And look at Ana. He's got 7 last hits. It's not an easy one for him.
I mean, I feel like we've seen this so many times.
We have.
Like it just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he doesn't get CS in lane. It really doesn't.
Have fortified their structures against
This is just
attack.
how Ana starts the game. You know, he likes to sort of handicap himself. You know, give the enemy an advantage.
This is he's getting really bullied from the Fire Spirits. He has to constantly use Doppel again.
Nope.
Spear to try to secure a creep and still doesn't get the range creep too. They have 6 denies on Zai. A lot of these are range creeps as well.
अगर farm कम जाएगा तो इसको देना पड़ेगा.
Trying to get the side pull off. No tell. He does need to get this one to be able to reset lane.
Even I like a good bobble.
I don't think Alchemist minds giving to both though.
Secret 1k gold advantage ready here off the start. Saksa does have to be a little careful down bottom. Actually not going for the pounce play. Not even attempting it. Too many creeps onto him. Yeah, it's a really nice setup though. The Warlock and the Slark. Yeah, acid spray is annoying, but not versus Warlock. Puppy just heals him up. He even buys a Hedress. Other thing to point out that we did see from Puppy this time around.
All right. That increased sustain for the 2 of them.
Yep.
There is little hope for Dyer's middle tower.
Down on the ground.
And Zeus actually coming out a bit ahead in the mid lane. Didn't think that would happen. I thought it would be pretty much dead even. It's just like this farm lane, but
yeah, I guess just able to do a bit of a better job pushing the lane out. Not missing CS into the tower. Top lane.
Whoop. He's got the Doppel.
Yeah,
sorry. He's trying for it.
All right, we're getting with the dive and another spirit, so some good additional damage still laid down onto Ana. Ana's prepared with the staff. Got some charges on the ones as well, but a lot of pressure onto Ana. Secret making sure that he does not have an easy lane.
Nope. Anisha just going for the full farm build that we've seen in the past on these Zeuses. 302, near level 6. So OG does have to make sure they keep themselves healthy. in these next few moments because the Zeus ult could just knock them down. And it's going to be, they have to watch out also the Fatal Bond down bottom. Sox to tied to Stab with the Zeus ult. He could just die immediately when Nisha does hit 6s. It's about to come out here, and now he is. So let's see if Secret does go for an opportunity with that Zeus ult available. They're going to try. There it is.
Shadow Wave! Hold it! First blood!
Has been slain in
5 मिनट लग गए इस बार फर्स्ट ब्लड आने में.
Perfect angle found
5
from
मिनट तक
Zai,
फर्स्ट
and
ब्लड.
Notel also might take out underneath the towers. Yapso dives in. See down bottom, Stacks are able to make it away.
Hunting bounties.
Not quite enough to take him out.
But Yapstor dies to the tower.
Yeah, he really wanted Notel. He's not quite able to get him.
Good ambitious there for sure. Gets taken out, and OG, they did need this kill. You know, this start is quite rough here in the lanes for them. And it is
Zai knows how low Notel is. He sort of came around there, seeing if he could catch Notel with the combo, but Notel's fine. Salve and Clarity out on him as well.
कभी कोई ज़ाय बहुत मिस कर रहा था इस पे, but जिस दिन चल रहे होते हैं ना उस दिन एकदम perfect.
Definitely getting punished though.
Dire are scanning for enemies.
Here it moves. Toxin's able to make around the map to secure something. Yapsor,
Arcane power.
Yapsor might just get punished himself
He
here.
may be in a lot of trouble. That's the back of a puppy.
Okay.
Okay, it's going to use the Shadow Word aggressively. Thompson turns with the kisses. Trying to
Run into
Yapsor will be
a
able to
hard
bring him down.
case.
This pleases me not.
In return for it, as Nisha steps across, adds that extra bit of firepower to get the kill. Stacks up. Trying to run down Nisha.
Can't quite get him.
No, not quite enough damage here. We'll lay down a ward, see what he can see.
There is little hope for Radiant's middle tower. Scanning for
They kind of know
enemies.
he's over here though still.
He might get the courier on the way.
I could do with more.
Actually kill because
He's
Zeus
gonna
पे
get one
माना
hit
आ
onto
गई है.
it. Saxa.
पहले Zeus पे
Get him
माना
big down
आ
here.
गया, अभी उन मिल गया.
Matu, free lane, that's what that means.
Get it.
Oh, is he actually still there?
Radiant's courier has
Courier
been
sticks around and
killed.
Nisha assumes he's gone away.
Each brave courier
Does mean though,
knows the
rotation
risks.
from the Lion means that Matu has a free lane down bottom. He's had the free lane for the most part with the backup of the Warlock anyway. Now he is 6, so he'll be able to
Will he go for
keep
Maelstrom
regenning when he goes
to
into the
counter
fog
PL
line.
or will he just make Echo Saber?
Well, Sax has just been annoying around here, making sure that Nisha can't like head over and kill the small camp.
And look at this approach. So Zai, he's playing versus
Dire
PLs,
should
he's playing
look
versus
to their
Illusions.
top
When you
tower.
buy Vanguard, even if you're a Mars, you're the offlaner, very efficient Vanguard pickup.
Dark
this game.
light!
If they're able to get the, the items, as we like to call them, versus PL, they will be able to sustain through them, your Crimson Guard, Shivas, etc.
Sure.
All these big pickups will be strong. They don't have a Radiant Spire, of course. They can't go for something like that, but yeah, that's got to make Zai
Dire's bottom
able to just play
tower
alone.
is in
Well,
danger.
Thompson just laying down some kisses. He's not going to find anything with that.
साक्सा क्यों नहीं मार रहा कोई भी? तब
They
से
want
घूम रहा
Sax
पीछे.
really want him.
Sax has kind of just been chilling
Dire's
behind the tier
bottom
1.
tower
But there's
is
no
under
कब से
attack.
chilling कर रहा है यहाँ पे?
Sax is making.
Oh, he does hit the stun onto Nisha.
He's got a stick charge as well, so
Ek
he can keep
tower
running.
Dire should look to their bottom
Space
towers.
created.
Yep.
Once
Textbook.
again.
कब से chilling बचे हुई?
Brune, he's
Dire's
gonna get it.
bottom tower
Who's
is
gonna
in
spawn
danger.
Second आएगा ना
to
Zeus
regen.
पे तब होगी devoted.
Thompson's going to be
पीछे
very
से
happy that didn't
board
fall into the
करती है.
hands of Nisha Zeus.
How's their stacks looking? Seb doesn't quite have any for himself, just starting his own
Dire's
individual
bottom
double
tower
stack. And
is
those were from
under
just the
attack.
lane that they had been pulling earlier. So you see top no tail farming that one. Thompson getting burned down a little bit, but he's just fine. And yeah, look at Zai. Like, he just takes 0 damage under the tower here. He is poison touched with the tower beating on him, with the PL beating on him, but
I think that
he's got a Vanguard.
I don't think he can die. They're really going to try.
He's slowly burning. The poison touch is really annoying.
He's going to try and turn a little bit. Drops the arena.
Call it a warning. Dire's bottom tower is
The
under
poison touch
attack.
still on him.
What is this madness?
They actually were able to chase him out.
ये लग जाता है एक बंदे को.
It took a lot, but they had enough.
And they forced them. I mean, that's a
He's
Marshall
rushing
used
at
as
defusal.
well too. I cannot believe they actually chased him out anyway, even though he has Vanguard.
Yeah, and
Radiant
Notel
should
keeping it
look to
cool,
their middle tower.
making sure to
No cloak
not get
against
bullied
Zeus.
there by Zai's attempt to
Just
just
wants to
simply
make
walk in
defusal.
underneath the tower.
And
Just
Ana gets the
in
last
shadow
hit too.
wave.
Very important for him. Slowly trickling himself back up into this net worth. Of course,
Thompson
going to be
gets
behind
first
Matumba Man significantly, but
item
Regeneration!
he's already got the component starting to work on these double stacks too.
Oh, there we go as well.
Oh, aggressive.
Having his first item done, the blink dagger rush straight up here for the mid-snap
dire
fire this
glyph
game.
is now
so easily,
active.
I imagine, going to be the fastest that we've
Dire's
seen on this
middle
hero.
tower is under attack.
Not usually seeing the rush. It's popping the kisses again in an attempt to get the deep push going.
Okay.
Crunchy!
Poison touch again, being very annoying. Cookie.
Shadow Wave!
Poison touch plus
Well played!
Yeah, the minus
Dire's bottom tower is
Your damage put the pit में.
Same time down bottom, Matu was able to take down the tower, take out Saxa. OG making some good moves as a unit.
Bottom tower
and bullying
is
Zaya
under
a
attack.
couple of times now where, I mean, that's definitely got to hurt a bit, right? You've gone in for this Vanguard purchase, but it's not actually saved you in a couple of situations.
No, and now Ana is recovered, and Notel, he's got Medallion and bad Juju, so your Vanguard actually is not as effective as usual.
No, Mortimer, it's not playtime!
Oh,
And not
the Bliss? The Bliss?
Notel, he'll try and give his
Should have healed myself.
You never felt more shit, did you? I'm going to drop the rock as well. Make sure the top doesn't get out of this.
Because of that
permanent stacks.
bond.
Big important target. Now Matu, he's going to know that there's ward vision down here too. Or he should, as he's walking and his shadow dance was not active. So they should know that there is vision around here as we see Puppy start to work on the stacks that he did bring out earlier with his golem. He's going to farm a triple stack.
After that bad start.
Making the move toward top, Nisha. Wants to slow down Ana a bit, who, as we said, completely recovered off of that kill.
As we've come used to sort of seeing from Ana every time. It really doesn't matter that first 5 minutes of laning. Ana will pretty much recover every single time.
Yeah, and Zai definitely have to be kicking himself a little bit just for giving up those kills. After he gets Vanguard, he probably felt like, man, I'm immortal now. But yeah, definitely going to be showing that he is a lot more vulnerable. Max Poison Touch now finished also on No-Tail.
Thompson quickly dodged out the spit.
Here he's tanking, and he does catch the two of them.
Yeah, but Thompson's out with the cookie.
Nice cookie.
He's able to jump
You dishonorable like a block.
Saxable fall, but OG able to make sure they don't lose anything bigger here.
And OG, they do have to be careful when this many
That's
heroes.
why
As we mentioned,
I think
OG,
Clockwork
this
is
time
way
around,
better
not
than
really having
Lion
this
या
big
फिर
team fight
Mirana
lineup. So I feel like when Secret they do have
Post
a 4
for
or
Lion,
5, it's going to be much harder.
वरना
The kisses.
We're seeing as well, Thompson
Dyer's top
just very
tower
happy to
is
just
under
lay down
attack.
kisses to sort of keep Secret on their toes. Not really looking to save the ultimate for any big engagement. So I guess as the mid, he knows most of the time when
Dyer's
he's needed
top
in a
tower
rush.
is in
He's got to be
danger.
the man to jump in on the front line.
Radiant's bottom tower is
This goes for
under
ATL
attack.
wala build when physical
Dyer's
is strong.
Try and shake
structures are
Secret up a little bit.
fortified.
And it's
I would
difficult
do
fights on
Dyer's
real time
top
with them
is
before. They're looking for
under
these like small little engagements like this.
Straight in.
Catch.
Very nice.
So
There
उसके
were
बाकी
2 man
दो
scatter
goal
blast down the cookie.
Pin doesn't even describe it.
Matu's in, pounces forward. He's got enough control, but the great comes out. Ana will be saved.
I am war. I am without end.
To the face of Zai.
You'll not
Zai
live to
falls
see
yet
that.
again. OG to take another kill.
Oh, so close, Thompson.
There is little hope for Dyer's
Oh, Ana
middle
भी नहीं
tower.
मरा.
Survives.
Shadow wave.
I mean, these heals, and as we saw there, clutch save.
Regeneration. Dyer's
Tail.
middle
He gets salved
tower
up
is
or something,
under
just healed
attack.
up while they were going for it. He's
Something
used
did heal him up
very
a
long.
considerable
See boots or
amount there
tower
before
later.
that.
Yeah, because that OP
Doesn't
came
like
out, but
making
Tangos.
Agnum rush or anything.
They're really doing it there for Ana. No-Tail backing him up, keeping
No,
him
Agnum Ana.
alive.
They kept the
He's
tower
making
alive.
a
That's the
pipe
important thing. Even though Secret, they brought the whole unit with these
The
big
real team
ultis up
player.
there, they still were able to keep it up as... Let's see, is it a salve that did keep him
Goes
up?
for a pipe.
Or is it just Tangos? Okay, they just keep him
Ada-
up with Tangos.
Dyer's should look to their
low.
top
2
tower.
HP, ladies and gentlemen, look
My
at it.
God.
2 HP, I saw it. You saw it, we all saw it. 2
Everything.
HP.
Strength tread.
Oh, it's 1! It was 1
It was one.
HP!
It was
Oh my goodness, 1 HP, ladies and gentlemen. Take
Audio.
it.
Oh, yeah.
1
Are you kidding me?
HP.
Seb, he tried to defend the tower a little bit longer.
एल्कोमिडो को वो जीतने के लिए एल्कोमिडो भाई सर्वर छोड़ गया.
My goodness. You don't get
Dyer's
any
top
closer
tower
than
is
that.
under attack.
Oh, look at this.
Radiant
Interesting.
should look to their
He
bottom
doesn't rush.
tower.
और बताओ इस अच्छा भी उठाएगा.
He rushed the pipe.
Dyer's top tower
मैं अभी
is
उठूँ 12
under
बजे.
So,
अब रात को
the
जागना पड़ेगा.
overwhelming magic damage.
Radiant's bottom
like
tower
that.
Actually,
is
he's
in
on for a pipe
danger.
for his team to be able to fight around him, perhaps.
It's nice. It is all magic, really.
It is all magic
it's
for Matu,
all
yeah.
magic.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Type
under
of it.
attack.
So it's going to offer that answer.
Yep, the magic
Dyer
as you saw is
should
going to always
look
be
to
nice for
their
the PL.
top tower.
And as we said, you know, it's
That
not
damage.
really the same sort of time where an Ags on the Snapfire Rush is going to be. Yeah, it's not what it once was.
No, and it's
So the Ags has fallen down in priority. You have got some
The
great Ags on the
Dyers
team, but nothing that
on
first
the
Seb
hunt
would have
for Radiant
really
forces.
wanted to rush out super fast. This pipe, this sort of more utility build-up is going to offer a lot more for his team at this stage.
yeah, no, definitely. This is definitely cool. And he's not even going to build it next. He's going to just go for his own item build. Next is Medallion, then he's going to go for an Halberd, it looks like, if he does complete for this too. So just looking for his own game rather than buffing up. As we said, you know, Monkey King Gyro, those are the 2 big ones that we've seen. Also the Slark that we saw
Dyer's
steal
middle
stolen
tower is
from
under
Secret. Those are the
attack.
big Ags carriers. So yeah.
Yeah,
just
and
not
at least
picking
with
up.
this he can turn up to the team fight, because if he's
Radiant's
walking around with an
bottom
empty
tower is
gun
under
and
attack.
on someone, he's going to be free food to the team fight combo.
I
Secret.
will
Secret.
have
They're going to jump on Saxa. See Matu
What
trying
a
to step up the board, look to
birdie.
get on top of Seb, but there's Thompson in with the blast, trying to push Matu
Radiant's
back.
bottom
Matu doesn't want to
tower is
dive any
under
further.
attack.
The back behind the safety
Beauty
of the
भाई
tier 2
दोबारा
tower.
सोऊंगा
Secret will
PC
back
on
There
नहीं
is
किया अगर
little
किया तो
hope
नहीं
for
पता
Dyer's middle tower.
Waiting for
Radiant's
something to
bottom
happen.
Discord आना
tower
होगा तो आ
is
So
जाइए
much
बाद
team
में
fight as we've
stream
said some
के बाद
secret. Thompson, he's just gonna
अरे
throw
वो
it. He doesn't
Matt's gonna run straight in.
Radiant's
We're gonna try
bottom
to go for the
tower
pound
is
straight away
under
onto Thompson. Thompson gets the cookie on. Will stand Matu momentarily over to the side. Catches no tail.
Oh, Seb.
He's in a bit of an awkward spot
Surrounded
here.
here.
Have they got any way of getting him out? I don't think so. They're going to pop the egg.
Dare strike the god of war!
अंडा तो
I heard of a shooting star, but not shooting a star.
And Seb, he's actually fine. They had the backup coming in for OG. Another cookie comes into play.
Double
They hold back Matuma Man. Alan's going to be able to jump up to the high ground. He is away.
अगर नहीं से होता तो हाँ भाई टेक्स्ट
My God. Such
अभी
good
तो
hold
shrink
of the
करो
tower
उसके बाद हो
there. Zai stepping up too far over his bounds, and the egg. Gotta watch out when you're playing versus Little Shredder.
Yeah, it's
This
going to
gets
get taken
so
out
loaded.
every single time. Thompson's going to be quick on it and very hard to really evident because he has that blink. He's always going to be able to position
Don't
himself.
worry, Mortimer. I'm still here.
And when you have like just no stuns really on your team, the only stun you have is Zai. That's the only one that you have to cover, him or the wall. It has to be one or the other to be able to protect that egg for themselves.
मुश्किल है
You
Thompson, he's gonna have a really early blink to edge
Drafting
on
me.
these last
Very
kills.
quick, yeah.
I must have them all.
Slug भी दोगे तो
Holding these towers as long as possible
slug ही
versus
निकाल सकता है
overwhelming team fight is the miraculous thing right now from OG. They don't have
Because
that
you have
overwhelming
so
team fight on their lineup. They're just doing it through sheer brute forcing and just these constant Mortimer kisses. Like Thompson just throwing it out there.
To get these wards away, Matu.
There is
He's got to
little
hold
hope
back a
for
little bit.
Dyer's
Try and
middle
take this
tower.
tier 1 tower down before they start.
Do the wave!
Zai, he's got the arena good to go again. Secret can get another team fight brewing.
Shadow wave!
Straight away, Zai. Getting fully
You're
focused here.
welcome. Are you not entertained? I'll be back
He's up to the side.
for you.
Thompson takes him out.
स्लग फटा बस
Thompson with the cookie holding back
स्लग
Matu.
मारेगा वो
Use himself to make sure Matu can't put a target. Immediately gets him out. He needs backup, but he's going to get it. No chance of a save as he keeps it
Dyer's
alive. They
middle
turn,
tower
takes out
is under
Matuma
attack.
back. Another fight where OG are able to outdo the overall team fight from Secret, despite Secret being the team with the bigger ultimates.
And they keep the tower alive still.
Radiant's
and
bottom
it's
tower
17
is
minutes.
under attack.
Secret cannot push forward. They
Dyer's
didn't have
middle
every ulti. They
tower
didn't have
has
all the
been
mana. They get
denied.
brought down from the rotation. That's the defusal with the PL showing up here. Now he's got a hood too.
Do the wave!
Somehow they're just taking these fights. Even though they're into all these ults, Secret, they're not layering them well. They're not layering them properly. OG just out team fighting them time and time again with the less team fight. That's how impressive it really is.
It's just another game as well where Zai's really getting nothing. I mean, you gotta say it right. He's probably kicking himself for this Vanguard purchase. He's not done anything for his game at all here.
No, and you can, I mean, the idea of
still
why
just
he
dying.
got it made sense too, right? Into this PL, you can see why he wants it, but just playing a little bit too cocky, a little bit too confident, OG punishing him for it. They do have good magic damage, and look, Sock's a blink dagger. He's got finger ready again.
Oh.
ब्लिंक आ गया ब्लाइंड ब्लिंक बना सकता बहुत easily
Free kills if they ever get on top of Nisha.
Oh, Nisha.
And here he is.
Unbeatable.
Erased.
Quick zap and Saxa. Gives himself another stack. 3 stacks of the finger damage now, and already no tails. Starting to poke into Zai.
delete भाई
The cookie setup won't quite get in range for the stun.
The thing
Zai.
is,
Soak it in!
like the Juju and the medallion, he just keeps
Sticking
getting
down.
negative.
They've got the damage from the
Dazzle!
as well. Zai's in a whole load of trouble here.
Killing spree!
Yet again.
Time someone gave you a proper lesson.
3K lead now already. OG.
Radiant's
Now they
middle tower
swing the
is
PL,
under
as we
attack.
said, who had a rough time in the
Dyer's
start.
top
स्लग आ
tower
गया
is
but
under
स्लग
attack.
पे
It
PL
really
farm
doesn't
होने
matter.
पे
Radiant
We
have
are saying
fortified their
they just don't
structures
care about the
against
lane. They
attack.
don't care about
Radiant
lane. They
should
don't care
look
about
to
the
their
lane.
middle
PL आ गया
tower.
होगा तो
You know,
So good
it
about
doesn't
battling
mean
together.
anything to them.
Do
These
the
mid-game
wave.
moves, again, against the lineup, you know, we say Secret,
Radiant's
with their
middle tower
heroes, you
is
expect big
under
stuff at
attack.
this point of the game. Secret, so far, they've struggled to bring it out. OG have outplayed them.
They struggle to, like you said, like layer their ultimates in the right way, right? Like the Golem, the Egg, as well as the Mars ult, they're just not connecting. They're not getting the spell connection
I mean, that's
whatsoever.
that's not what you want to see.
Nope.
That's Golem gone.
And they're just going to chase forward to try to get something here. Can they catch on to them? Close, but not quite.
They've got so much backup again. No-Tail just constantly in position to provide the safety if required.
Yes, he's just so far behind now. Like I said, he's the only real catch for them here.
OG's ready to hit back with the smoke.
Sure are.
They know there's no golem. Part of the team fight gone.
Yapster is very farmed because of the fact that there is a struggle coming out.
Oh, Thompson
finds him again?
He finds him in the trees!
Dominating!
I guess he's used to playing with something. He just went straight for him in the tree line. I don't know if we saw maybe nuke out the creep wave, but they knew he was there. They knew his exact position. Just straight on top of him.
OG's starting to run away with this. Like this PL getting so much base, Alk getting so much space too, and yeah, let's see this. He's pinging him. He knows. Yeah, he showed in the way, but Nisha, he hung around for a second, but Thompson, he gets on him. 0.4.
I mean, it's better not fall off. That when you made it, you got to sort of hands on the keyboard and say, well, what can I do? If he's going to hunt me down like that, how on earth do you survive out on the map if Thompson's going to be able to find you every time? Like that.
And with such an interesting build too. Something I've never seen. Blink I've seen a couple times, but Blink and Yules, just brown boots from your mid laner. Definitely not seen this.
No, this is the sort of build, where Thompson, he knows that he's having a good game. And these are just the perfect items to sort of just get a whole lot achieved on your own, especially when you're
Look, he's on top of Yapsor. He's going for him as well by himself. Can't quite finish him off, but gets him down to 300 HP. Now Yapsor has to panic, go back to base.
Gets them away from Roche. Yeah. Gives the space here for Anna.
And they've got the medallion, they've got the solar crest, so the buff ups minus armors is all gonna be there. The juice as well.
Is under attack.
And now he is gonna start queuing out those agonies.
Got to do something about this secret.
Safe word.
No time to get the self-shallow grave off. Anna's still trying to get it. OG's able to take both the Roche, get the edges onto Anna, and now Anna's stays on top of Zai. Zai goes
He didn't die? Snortle didn't die?
Picking the finger off Yapsor. He's not going to be even able to get the end off. As Anna, he's not even going to fall the once. He's able to push on here. The heals from No-Tail keeping him alive. Matu's got a run.
Sasha's there.
He's waiting on the high ground. He's more than ready for Matu to enter straight into his face. He's got the hex.
Mega kill!
Matu to go down once again. And once more, OG just completely outplaying Secret in the engagement.
Every single time. Saksa, this time he knows. He's like, all right, guys, we got to watch out. Yapsor comes in with the egg. Nope, just kidding. Get the full control, get the burst. And Nisha, he's not even there for the fight. Trying to get his farm online. OG, they really are just
cooldown, I guess, yeah.
Snowballing out of control here in this game. Just such better execution inside of these team fights.
Zap! That was genius.
5k lead now, starting out. What we're seeing on the XP, because we saw last time the gold was, it's not a huge amount, but the XP was even more. Is that the same here?
Same thing again. Over 12k XP advantage
12k XP at 23 minutes.
With an alchemist on the team. That is insane.
That's a lot.
It is indeed. He's already got 2 components of that Aghanim too, and now that's when it becomes more effective, is in later stages when you do get these Ags for the Snapfire, as it does increase the potency when you get your ultimate levels.
That's I feel, all 4 of them, I feel like the other 3 heroes have a pretty good case for Ags themselves over Thompson, Lion Ags is amazing.
You really want the Lion Ags
on the PL is amazing. Honestly, I think you could make an argument for No-Tail's Ags being pretty huge. No-Tail's already been able to get off so much in the fight. The AoE Dispel, as the panel mentioned, it's super nice to get the Fatal Bonds and the Fire Spirits.
And it's not even just the AoE Dispel, maybe just the increased healing too, because it does also increase the heal by 100. We're already seeing damage issues from Secret. Like if they just have plus like 285 on each...
That could be the big play.
I think so
give it to No-Tail.
There could be an opportunity for him for sure.
Yeah, we'll see.
And then his stats also, like they couldn't kill this Dazzle a couple of times when they're focusing him. Throw some stats on top. I mean, we'll see who ends up getting it. But
I feel that'd be the big brain move. But maybe Thompson, he's having a pretty good game. So if Thompson wants the Aghanims, he gets the Aghanims.
Scanning for enemies.
Of course, there could definitely be the potential for some great saves, and as we're seeing, Secret, they've got a lot of sort of backline heroes.
अब तो alchemist fight में आ गए वो सिर्फ Aghanim ही
shoot someone straight on top of Nisha, then the fight's probably going to be over.
Because he has Pipe, he has Solar Fish, he has Blood.
Who has no way to protect himself, right? He's gone straight for Aghanim's lens. So sure, he can sit far back, but if you have something that just gets right on top of you, yeah, it could be a problem. Secret yet to get a fight where they coordinate all their ults up, and the only egg that we've seen was solo by Thompson. He hasn't got an opportunity for a second one.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think even in that last situation where Yapsor was burst, even if he did get it off, It probably was going to be killed pretty quickly by OG. Very hard to get a successful egg off this game.
Zai has Blink now, so finally
You're welcome!
Rather than just dying.
That's outplayed. Fucking outplayed.
Is under attack.
Fucking outplayed, dude.
By Secret, they've got to run.
Oh my god.
No such thing as too much damage.
I like fire! Fire! Brave. Killing spree! I don't think you understand who you're dealing with! Zap! Dark light!
You get yours.
At least I blazed you no fast.
They've lost Thompson, no tail. Go for the grab and the TP out. They got any damage to catch him? They do. They got the lead. Matu comes with the pounce. He'll be able to catch another. Anna is losing his round. Go for Nisha. They lose his movement in Nisha. Trying to run. The Glimmer comes out. Nisha now step up the side. Step looking for a target.
That's what
Matu's going to start walking away.
Is this the comeback?
Will hold back Matsu. But Secret, they're getting a fair few kills out of this. And
Is this the comeback? We are
I
losing.
let you down.
Will be able to finally get that punch back as they take down 4.
And he saves his buddy, the Depth Shroud from Matumba Man, to save his Zeus, get him that Shadow Dance regen while the PL is nearly finishing him off. Great move from Matu to bail him out.
That was, it must have just been that because I thought that was a Glimmer, but you're right indeed. It's the sharp and Slark. Which is absolutely going to make a difference against these heroes that are trying to stay on top of one another.
Yeah, now maybe he can actually protect them, like his backline, because his backline is having severe problems, but now Matu.
Try and go on to Ada. Thompson's here with the backup. Ada in trouble.
Push off. Oh!
We're going at Ada. He's still alive.
He's actually.
कोई wave नहीं आया. Wave नहीं आया.
He's running out of mana and Thompson's ready to chase with Saxon.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
Slab आ गया भाई. Slab क्या आ गया?
Has the stun, but they've got no further burst here on OG. They've got to keep running. Chasing down Saxa. The Grave will come out. Saxa forced as well up to the high ground. Saxa will live. They're able to get him out of there. But Secret with that move, they push and they get another kill, taking down Anna.
Yeah, really taking and seizing opportunity of those 33 S and shift sacks and just the stick overall. Him getting this little bit of mana boost, I think too. I think it wasn't the Warlock, but it was just his stick charges that ended up building up his mana, but able to get some decent punch back there. Now, even getting some damage on the tower, potentially finishing it off too.
We've seen the fountain. Looks like he's going to be giving the first dance to Anna to buff up his game a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, आना को मिल रहा.
It is all about the PL at the end of the day.
All of us.
You got to make sure Anna has the best game possible.
And this will be the first time I have not gotten to see this one in a professional game just yet. He used it the first time. Maybe just to test it out as we just see them left inside the map.
Dire are scanning for enemies.
You're probably right. You know, it isn't something that I imagine Anna would be building himself every day, so a bit of a rare occurrence to get to play with it.
Yep, doesn't mean that's not cool down for 40 seconds. Slaughter.
Dude, Secret actually putting
Double kill.
For pretty much the entire game, and they get it there. Everything dropped down. 3 heroes on OG.
That's bravely.
actually putting out good ults.
Soak it in. Zap killing.
क्या comeback है ये? Out of nowhere.
After whipping all 3 ultimates this time, they get a beautiful connection. They died so fast though, and that was an instant death from 3 heroes.
Absolutely, just wiped off the screen.
OG not respecting that high ground.
Meanwhile,
Just walking
Nisha
right
building
into
up
it. Now
his
2
refresher leg up.
tier 2s taken for
Just one
again.
second.
They just walked right into it.
मुश्किल है fight में.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
We've got the Golem boom, the Sunray burning, there's of course the overwhelming damage there.
I feel this is the best way to play Zeus.
Out up by the bonds and it all, and they just evaporate.
And all bounded and a veil as well too, because we did see Yapsa pick that one up quite early on. The damage is overwhelming. They still have to do. They still do have to be careful. OG.
Octavine भी ले लो.
Walking into those high grounds blind.
Nimbus वगैरह ही डालते हैं पूरी गेम.
Zai as well, really starting to make the recovery. Had an incredibly tough early mid game here, but you can see as long as he gets the ult off, he can still provide that huge setup.
Yeah, as long as he's able to just get in the front lines here and actually get the ult. Yeah, he allows Puppy to get everything off as well as that Phoenix. He's 0-8. So it really is the full sacrificial lamb. Last time, you know, he was, what, 4-16
I mean,
as that Mars,
this is what we see, you know, and it wins them games. It does it, you know.
Gotcha! Execution style!
He did.
That's one way to catch it. He's just racking up
Slug पे अभी तक तो.
My God. Yeah, he's level 22 now as well.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, Matu's just running right in with this glimmer.
I mean, he's ready to
You're
jump.
welcome. You're bound.
He's been pounced. They're in onto him. Matu, he's going to get Hex for now. They've got the control. The finger comes out. They go first. Yapso dives in on the front line, but Sax is able to take him down. Force back to safety, but Matu's going to continue to chase on. Concoction cooking up. Matu will hide in the shroud.
What a stun from Soxa. Maybe a little bit of luck there as Zapsor dives into it and gets clipped by the nurse spike into a finger. But I look again.
Instant Hexer from Saxor in return.
Depth shout, case 300 AoE, cloud at the target location for 3 seconds, all allies inside the radius are hidden.
He's poking him. They're all just still cooldown is no meaning.
Cooldown बढ़ा है.
Trying the best to heal him.
बचने के item.
Being dropped down, trying to protect him. Saxon with the Hex. He's found the Hex on the Matu. Saxa. He's got the controls. Matu still able to get out with the Dark Pact and then pounds some time. But Mana's chasing. The Mana's getting taken away. Another stop for Saxa. He catches Matumba Man.
Puppy gets caught. Thompson able to just get the stun connection onto him.
This is going to be another one here on the defensive for OG as Secret. And they've got themselves a few nice team fights in a row.
Of shadows.
To show how well they can kick back again. 30 minutes in with 21 to 23, less than 1k gold in it. We're yet again seeing a game where, like game one, we're absolutely going to have a lot of these back and forth fights here. Because once more, at this stage of the game, no telling of who's going to take it as close as it can be right now.
And it's all up to these clutch little usages. Soxa, those last two stuns, that last control, beautifully done.
Dark Light!
Getting the end control there onto Matu. Excellently done. 50 seconds, no Warlock, 40, none on, no respawn there from Matu, but they're actually maybe looking for the fight anyway.
They've got the finger ready to go here.
This Roche dies too fast, though.
It's
being brought down way too quickly.
They can't get here in time, Secret.
Do the wave!
Claimed his mighty prize.
Let's go to No-Tail. Yeah, now he's got the poison touch hex.
All right, that's another hex to throw into the mix, and there's the jump. They found Zai
again
in the trees. They've caught him.
They got a finger.
They do.
So that's how
Here
it
we go.
is.
Another stack here for Saxa. 7 stacks. He's just about to hit the level 18
is under attack.
He's to health too. 2040 HP.
He's a tanky line.
Very nice.
And with the psychic headband too as well. It says
Shadow wave.
Catch. Ether lens money nearly done as well thanks to these kill involvements the Sax has been getting in on. It's going to have some phenomenal catch.
And they're breaking up a bit of that team fight. Zai being dead for 25. Rest of the ultimates are available here for Secret, but without Zai, they cannot look to make any type of plays. He is so adamant, so crucial to all of their setup.
Top tower is under attack.
And Anna, he's starting to
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
If he's able to get that one, I think they're going to really start having problems with him. The rest of the heroes, sure, they'll probably still be able to kill them almost instantly if they get the connection, but PL, pretty scary. Anna? There. He is very alone.
All right, that's one way to cancel.
Don't underestimate the power of
He
pink.
is gone. See if they can do it a second time round, though. The backup starts to move in for Anna.
That's a back
It's pretty tanky here. Matu's going to look to move in with the halberd. Straight away. The time of the stun gets step forced out to the side. He's ready to throw the concoction back in onto Matu.
Radiant's courier has been
and
killed.
the hex from the poison touch. Xana trying to chase.
He wants to get these longer team fights, just constantly throwing those spears out so he can burn the mana, build up the army a little bit.
He's pushing Secret all the way back. The high ground by Matu actually still thinking about stepping back in on this. Get caught out with the hex. Anna trying to run in onto
just again.
Top of the dodge the pounce. He's in onto pump. Anna's getting nuked out so low. Puts the Q back up. Jump onto the high ground. Pops in. He's in onto but he doesn't have nearly enough damage. He can't take out the super.
My dazzle darkens.
The stun goes on. Catches Zotel. Catches Thompson. Thompson trying to
come back.
But they've got him here. Thompson will try and run up to the high ground. But they'll see him.
Blink. Oh God. बच सकता है
But I hadn't spawned yet.
He got split from his team. Now
he split him.
Nice, way.
Thompson blinks out the high ground to focus the bulwarks. So he actually absorbed the hits from the little shredder.
Saxa It's a lovely curry you've got there. Would be a shame to take it away. Oh, no bloodstone for you.
Bloodstone, yeah.
He would have had it. A few hundred gold, 200 gold away from the point booster. Saxa continuing to be a real thorn in the side of Secret.
And we're continuing to just get chaos. It's OG. With just the two heroes still looking for more.
Oh, he knows he's in here.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Find him though. Saxa, oh, he's going for the jump.
Oh my god, okay.
What?
Lions killing spree.
Yapso's gone as well.
अबे यार क्या back and forth game है.
He just doesn't stop. And Secret, they sort of, their attention strays away
loses
for a little bit of time, and OG is so quick to punish it. You can't lose focus here playing against OG because they'll hit you hard. OG now bouncing up an 8k lead with those sort of back-to-back catches. We have Matu and Zai getting caught in the middle. Nisha getting straight dive up top as they lose 4 big heroes up and down the map.
OG is just, in this game in particular, they're doing so good about these little skirmishes, playing around these big ultimates. Now Secret, when they respawn, they'll have them, but OG, they've done so much damage of just getting these frequent kills, just splitting up the map, splitting up the fights. Ana, up to the high ground here.
Level 23, nearly 24.
Yep. He's got the heart.
Up and down.
He's got the Elven tunic as well.
How do you stop this?
Run away!
The radiant glyph is now
Invasion obviously now with the butterfly helping out a little bit against these illusions. Matu still trying to step up, but it's still 20 seconds. No Nisha.
There's so many of these illusions that it's still problematic, even with the evasion.
Matu's just taking a fair bit of damage. He's having to back off to the fountain.
He
can't head in and push them away like this.
Money changes hands.
He's the only one that can actually clear out these pesky illusions that's coming up from Matu.
Jumping past aggressive. The Shroud's going to be dropped down as well. They're looking to control.
Double damage.
But the kisses are coming in from the side. They're looking towards no
Safe word.
Watch my
Dazzle. By what right?
Under us Anna pushing it onto Nisha.
Call it.
Up to the high ground. He's over on the Zai. He's able to catch out and they don't have damage. They're still able to get the doppelganger off.
Damn, I'm good.
They bring out a down.
Back and forth.
Will push back OG. As OG may have got the melee racks, but they will lose 3 heroes there. Secret able to bring the team back together once more.
I can't believe Ana tries to go back in. Even though the ultis are down, the fact that he tries to run onto Nisha, he doesn't have the full detection in the air. He has that one sentry that he's trying to work around, but Nisha gets glimmered, gets to the high ground. Ana gets speared against Zai. Even though he's having 1 in 10,
Thompson follow.
He's getting some clutch spears, and it's all about him getting that connection.
Yeah, it just goes to show you that we're 3rd lowest on the net worth, but still absolute potential for Zai to make those sort of moves that could lead to Secret turning this game 2 around.
Dire structures fortified.
Fortification has been forced out. They don't want to use the buybacks here, OG, especially
अभी for game 3
for 40 though.
Game 3 होगा लगता तो यही है. Unless back and forth की वजह से कोई भाई यहाँ पे ये लोग
of course, just losing a melee racks on the top lane. Dire's middle tower has fallen. To stop him from getting the jump.
Crazy cast range.
Big stones as well. You see that
earning the mana.
And he is holding the melee racks here.
Matu has to run. He has 0 mana.
They can't push on.
Fight.
Alright, so that's sort of spam and constant draining from Saxa will be enough to deter Secret from getting anything more than a tier 3 in the mid lane.
And definitely seeing that, that cast range coming into play for Saxa. Timeless Relic picked up on the side of Secret.
Go away!
That one over to Nisha for sure.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Level 25 round the corner. That refresher up next.
Oh, does he? Okay, now here's the question. I have not seen the 25 Zeus's in official games.
Okay.
I've heard people contemplating that lifesteal. Because he gets gone on, he can turn the fight. It's pretty hard.
50%.
It's a lot.
That is
50% lifesteal.
Everyone takes the damage. Yeah, everyone takes the damage.
But then look at the win rate. Nobody has ever won with Zeus. So, what the people know is taking the 100, whatever it is.
He's probably just going to take the damage.
50% spell lifesteal.
Because he already has Bloodstones, already has the steel, but you can definitely see some funny arguments.
Well, we'll see. Maybe there's some big brain stuff to be had here.
Spell lifesteal, right?
Do it. Do the lifesteal. He's got 25. He hasn't chosen yet.
And just the sort of spell lifesteal talent. Is it 50% spell lifesteal on everything? Heroes, creeps, illusions, everything. Right, because obviously there's a bit of a difference with the Bloodstone.
He doesn't take it anyway, so.
Ah, boring. Gotta wait for level 30 now. We might be here for a long, which is might happen this game.
It's the more.
There's no telling how long this game will go.
And of course, it's the more sensible one because he is playing versus the PL. But yeah, 50% a lot.
Number.
I've heard people like contemplating about it. You know, I was talking with some of the players about it too. It's something different. Oh, he's in. Quick scatter to push him away.
Yeah, BKB forced out. See the spell prism found here by OG. Who's taking that one?
Ooh, question. You want to give that? Does Notail want that? Like, I think he takes the telescope. I don't think he gets the opportunity to get a spell prism.
Maybe for Saxa. But the high headband's so nice.
Nah, you give that to Top.
Oh, Saxa.
Saxa, he walks in.
Up in the high ground. Saxa still somehow. Finally, they've ruled him off. It takes them on. Saxa, they don't care. Just taking out the
Slug कहाँ मर गया?
Thompson is pushing back. Puppy.
Double kill! Bravery mistake.
Oh my God!
Chasing this with a rush.
The juxtapose just breaks the game immediately inside of the fights. Yeah, he's trying to run, trying to hide.
You can't run from this. You can flicker around.
And they've also found Zai.
Oh,
flicker.
Yapsel certainly make the
Killing spree!
It's a full team rush. Be able to pick apart every single part of Secret there in that engagement. It's like a 300 HP burst heal with that heal amplification. I mean, there's 3 buybacks available, but no buyback on Yapsel, no buyback on Zai. And Thompson, Misha steps out of the fountain, the don't come out for Saxa, the don't come out for Maxi will come on. Give these
Killing spree!
Let's go.
Diving into the fountain.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Mega kill! Triple kill!
Ladies and gentlemen,
OG wins secret.
OGs with that game 2 win.
Radiant's middle barracks full of victory.
And one important one, they needed this win so badly for their chances here still for the major TI, and they did. They played excellent. What a wild game. It was going back and forth until the very last moment there. And
चलो भाई मैच तो हो गया एंड स्ट्रीम भी करते हैं एंड इसी के साथ वैल्यू स्ट्रीम करते हैं थोड़ी देर में एनीवेज बाय बाय गाइस सुबह के टाइम करते हैं वैल्यू स्ट्रीम एक्चुअली रात को वैल्यू देख के क्या ही करोगे सोने चल जाओ गाइस बाय बाय बियर काटनी है एनीवेज